We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chata people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
And hello, Savage fans, and welcome to Playoff Football from Memorial Stadium live on this Friday night. It's been a while, Chris, since there's been a home playoff football game, and it does feel good. You know, if I was the ambitious sort, I would have led this in with one of those on our last episode, you know, and then we could have
when we left off at Podo.
When we last saw you in Podo, we were wondering what was going to happen, but now we know. The 2025 4A4 district champions are the Broken Bow Savages after the Ada Cougars made a miraculous comeback and defeated the Salisaw Black Diamonds last week, and that put us in the 1 seed, gave us the potential to have 2 playoff games at home. We know we've got one, and the Wagoner Bulldogs are here tonight to find out.
Yeah, and it's no weak sister of an opponent. Wagoner, of course, with the great. They are the 4th-place team in that district, but keep in mind, this is a team that has won 6 state championships since the last time Broken Bow won a district championship.
Yes, that's right.
2011, 2014, 15, and 16, of course, and then 2020 and 2022 under Dale Condict.
Right.
You know, who, obviously his father, Tom Condict.
Yeah, there's some Savage in there.
Yeah, he's part of that Savage family, but Dale has gone on to Muskogee Ruffers. Good luck to them tonight. But this Wagoner team, great tradition there, and they are coming down wanting to be spoilers here against a 3rd-ranked in the state Broken Bow Savage team. But the Savages.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You see them on the paper, and it's 5-5. They finished 4th in District 3. And you think, and they've got a new coach, but
look who they played.
I watched them. I watched about 3 games on Huddle from them Saturday, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute now! I've seen a lot of 5-5 football teams in my broadcasting career,
yeah,
and that don't look like one of them.
They're scary. They're scary
they are.
Quarterback. But you know, the thing is that the Broken Bow Savages also. Yeah, quite scary, and one of the most frightening things is that offense. I mean, again, last week, they just kept increasing that offensive output, averaging 465 yards per game. Of course, set the record for scoring, and we'll talk about that a little more at halftime for a regular season Broken Bow team. Just fantastic leadership under Graydon Howe, and what a career and what a season he's having. He is currently the 3rd leading quarterback as far as rushing yards are concerned in Savage history. Of course, Galen Burris, 2,943. Now, keep in mind that Graydon is just a junior at this point.
Right.
But and Galen
hasn't finished his junior campaign
and
yet.
hasn't finished, and hopefully has. It'd be nice to have another 4 games added in that junior year.
To assist in the promotion. Go ahead.
But Galen Burris, 2,943 yards. Of course, Galen started as a freshman. Had the benefit of that extra season. Second on the line is Brett Jones with 2,748, and Graydon Howe currently has 2,158 rushing yards.
The old king of the quarterback draw, Brett Jones.
Yeah.
And Galen could scramble as well. But I tell you what, Graydon has an interesting, unique knack for slipping away from would-be tacklers. We're going to throw it to the – okay. We're going to take it out to the stadium for our national anthem coming up now. So we'll be back with more of the pregame show in just a moment.
Thank you. And now the Savage Pride Marching Band will honor America, our veterans, and our first responders with the playing of our national anthem.
Terrific.
The award-winning.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Good job to the Savage
Band.
Pride Marching Band. Here we got the fight song coming in, so that's good background music to talk about the Broken Bow Savages. Let's pick up where we left off, Chris. You were telling me about
a guy named Graydon Howell.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just a tremendous career and season he had. You see there that set. In addition, he's a 1,000-yard rusher and almost in fact, after tonight, probably will be a 2,000-yard passer, or at least we hope so, 24 yards away. But that's just incredible the way he runs that offense and distributing the ball to different receivers. And, of course, last year also had impressive statistics, but this year is really special. And the Savages, as a result, have won their first district championship in 15 years and are having a home playoff game, hosting a home playoff game. One of the big additions to that offense has been Snooty Neal. Of course, played at Idabel last year, but he's a Broken Bow kid, and he is back, and man, is he having a season. He is also now a 1,000-yard rusher, 198 carries for 1,260 yards. That's 126 yards per game. I mean, you've already got a 1,000-yard rusher and a guy that's averaging over that, and then you add this guy in the backfield. It is a deadly offense.
So we've got a couple of different lists, statistical lists, in Class 4A, and these guys are both, and both of them are in the top 5 rushers in the Class 4A in Oklahoma. So that's quite an accomplishment to have two guys that way. But
yeah,
and you're right, we're having a fantastic offensive season. But let's look at a couple of defensive stats here from our middle linebacker and just talk about the difference in this football team where we're at right now in the season, which is actually on the field, compared to where we were at last season, where we finished 0-3 to finish the last part of the season. And it was because our defense failed us last year. But that has not been the story this year. This year, our defense has stepped up big. They've given up a couple of big plays. They've lost an assignment or two. But in the end, they've been there when the going was hard in this last in this last part of the season, and have really helped us in a big way to accomplish that district championship.
Yeah, K. Pratt, a huge addition there, literally and figuratively. I mean, the guy's 6'4", 225. He can fly to the ball, does 141 total tackles. That's, 14 tackles per game. And look at the 69 solo tackles. The guy is averaging about 7 solo tackles a game. And, that's the thing is he's stopping those offenses. Nobody has scored more than a single touchdown in either the first or fourth quarter against this Savage defense all season. That is a great statistic.
It is a great statistic. The thing about the way the defense has played is that they have come up with those situations, when you have to stop your opponent in a critical situation. We've seen them do it at the goal line. We've seen them do it after a turnover deep in their own territory. We've seen them step up big and force either a 4-and-out or a turnover on multiple occasions in the second half of this season.
And it is a testament to the stick-to-itiveness, never quit, and the way that they tackle, as Coach Lang said, go violently toward the football, and they do. They bring the pain to offenses, and they will hit you. They are great at recovery. They had the first and goal from the 4-yard line. Most teams are going to get at least 3 points out of there. Broken Bow completely shut out offenses, and we've seen them do that time. Once they get in the red zone, the defense will march them backward instead of letting them go forward.
So these two teams have actually met 8 times in their histories, and over the past couple, well, I tell you really what happened is there was almost like a handoff to where Broken Bow came through with some really strong teams, 80s and 90s into the early aughts with Coach Werner, and then Del Condit kind of picked up from there. But when we were in district with these guys, they never won our district. In fact, they never beat Broken Bow when we played them in district.
They did come close, and I remember it was, I think, Trey Lee kicking up the record 43-yard field goal with no time left.
As time expired.
Yeah, walk-off field goal to win at Wagner.
At Wagner, that's right.
Yeah, that was a big one.
So this is they won the first 2 against us, then we won 4 in a row, and now they've won the last 2, which were both playoff games, including a 57-7 thrashing up there a couple of years ago. These were young kids. The guys on this team were either not on the team or they were very young. These seniors were very young on the team, but they don't forget. We don't forget getting beat 57-7 in the first round of the playoffs.
By a state championship team, by the way, and here come the Savages. Boy, you have to look. Again, it is not exactly fall football weather. It was 79 degrees today, but beautiful weather. There is a wind blowing out there. But Savage, again, we talked about the emotion that they had in the 80 game. They seem pumped up. They seem ready to play football tonight, Skip. They seem ready to go out and play Savage football on this field in their first home playoff game.
Look at the young,
in a while.
Look at the young Savages as they scatter across the field. How about that spirit line? That was a big one tonight. Our thanks to our sponsors for helping us. Our partners put these live casts on the air for you so that you can see them from the comfort of your home or in deer camp or wherever it is that your phone might connect up. And another thing that McCurtain County National Bank did tonight, besides putting the live cast on, the live stream on, is they gave out the first 500 tickets into the game to anybody that would have otherwise been a paying customer. And so they really have stepped up big here to help us fill the stadium tonight. And you saw the evidence of it there is that a massive spirit line as the Savages enter the stadium.
Yeah, certainly appreciate that. All the sponsors, all our media partners. But I said this several times, but McCurtain County National Bank was a sponsor of the first telecast of Broken Bow Savage football back in 1983, and they continue to support Savage athletics.
So we're going to see the Savage defense on the field first tonight as far as the unit is concerned. The kickoff team certainly is on the field first. And the Savages, that's another aspect of the stadium, Chris, of the game. The Savages have struggled at times with the punt game. We've had some mishandled snaps. We've had, a couple of punts that didn't go the way we wanted them to. But our kickoff game, our coverage, we've not given up a big return, knock on wood. But we've improved in all aspects of the game throughout the year, making us a pretty good playoff football team. We've got a chance to make some noise, and we're going to get started and see how much noise it is in just a moment.
Let's see.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, let's see if they can set the tone right here.
Yadiel Zaragoza gives us the kick, gets an end over end, fielded at the 18-yard line, and on the move he goes. Back to the middle of the field, 25, hit hard and down at the 30, and the Wagoner Bulldog offense will take over under the guidance of junior quarterback Kayshawn Brown, and he is a dandy. He's a very good athlete, throws the ball really well, has a couple of athletic receivers that you'll see in the game tonight as well. Their running game is going to be something you've seen a lot of as they will jump in and out of different formations and will run that stretch, try to extend to the edge. They'll run that zone in the middle, try to give a run-pass option to their quarterback, just like we do with Graydon.
And get him open in space and let him make some moves. And as you mentioned, he's a junior. He is a great athlete.
So they'll open with this field spread here, and they've got motion back to the middle. Handoff, they'll try the middle, and big play by the defensive interior. Blow it up. That's Cade Pratt getting in the middle and knocking him down. Back for another tackle for loss. Let's set the defensive line up. Kel Ginn is at the right edge. You've got Jimmy Brown, right tackle. Left tackle is Jackson Porter, and on the other edge, that's Bentley Brown. You saw Cade Pratt in the middle that time, Bladen Maddox to his right, and Brian Clay to his left. Those are your linebacking core. We'll set the DBs after this play. Shotgun formation. Wants to throw the football. Timing route. Bullet pass in and out of the hands of the receiver. Too hot to handle, incomplete.
Yeah, looks like that Savage defense was there, too. Had that been complete, it might have only been about a 3-yard gain as he had guys rushing toward it. That was Jackson Porter that blew up that play earlier, though. And, by the way, that is Pratt's, I think that's his 27th tackle for loss of this season.
I knew it came from the middle, but I didn't know which one. I saw Cade get up off the top of the pile. So. Oh, we was going to set the DBs, and I didn't. I apologize. We'll do that next. Here's the shotgun. Wants to option the ball. Now throws it out into the flat. Running back has it up the sideline, 30, close to first down yardage. Nope, no, he's not. That's the wrong line. Yeah. He's out a long ways from it, in fact. Going to go about a gain of 4. No, they were behind the chain, so it's going to leave 4th and about 6, it looks like, Chris.
That was a great reaction, and they got him open, kind of on the side there, but it was Jackson Porter again coming all the way from the line, and the ball came loose. He had to recover it, and so he had to stop his forward progress.
By the way, that's Isaiah Fields at one corner, B.B. Heath at the other. That's number 22, Cole Patrick, the strong safety, and 7 is Sky Baker. He's the free safety. Those are the DBs I promised. Punt formation, 4 down, 3 and out here for the Wagoner Bulldogs. Trying to get in formation.
Do they punt to number 4?
We'll see. Low snap, gets the kick away, and, they're going to punt it right at him. Here comes Graydon from the 36-yard line. 40, 45, cut move to midfield, turns it up, 45, 40, still on his feet, and finally they sling him out of bounds. 36-yard line, the Savage offense with outstanding field possession on their first possession of the football game.
Again, you see the elusiveness and speed of Graydon Howe, and that was a line drive directly to him, and as soon as he caught it, he took off, made one cut, went up the sideline, and as you said, Savages are about 36 yards from putting it in the end zone.
So let me add one word to that sentence. Let's see if they kick it to him again.
Yeah, exactly.
Snooty Neal will be in the backfield along with Graydon Howe. Setting the 5 up front, that's Josh McDaniel in the middle. Hunter Shomo on one side of him, and Sonny Freeman's the other guard. After this play, the rest. Here's Snooty, tries the right side. Good blocking, hold up, 30-yard line. Very short of it, just short of the 30-yard line. A nice hole in the middle that time, and Snooty got good yardage. The tackles, by the way, Lucas Curry's on the left side, Aiden Hammonds is on the right.
That was excellent blocking. The seam was there, and Snooty did the rest, went through the hole, and added an extra yard or two at the end with his strength.
A.J. Brandon split to the left. That's Dejon Hall in the slot to that side. This is Kalel Flagg near side into the Savage boundary. Pistol formation, hard snap. Now a play. Savages looking to the sideline. Play clock still at 10. Snooty's going to try the left side this time. Zone read. Good blocking. Curry gives him some room. First down yardage, 20-yard line, and knocked out of bounds just short of the 15. Snooty on the edge that time. Good blocking on the outside. Sealed the perimeter, and Snooty did the rest.
And Snooty has that ability to just keep moving his legs and not lose any speed and change direction just enough by a few degrees to get to that corner. And as a result, 2 carries by Neal has the Savages inside the 20-yard line in the red zone.
A good punt return and a dominant running game so far, and the Savages are moving it into the red zone. Graydon in the pistol. Good discipline by the Bulldogs.
And the Savages.
And the Savages, that's correct. We got trips this time to the wide side of the field. 4 receivers in the formation. Graydon in the pistol in front of Snooty. 1st and 10. Read option, wants to throw it. Fires it across the middle, it's caught. That's Dejon at the 8, and he goes down there at the 8-yard line. Short of the first down, but a good gain, about 8 yards. It'll leave a second and very manageable 2 yards. A good play.
That was a good throw and a good catch, as that was a rocket. I mean, he had to put some velocity on that, and a good way to haul it in and make the catch first by Hall. As a result, Savage is very close to a first down.
Savages in tight this time, tied in an H look to the right side with only 2 receivers in the set, Flagg and Dejon. Here's Snooty trying that power side. Got it at the edge again. 5 to the corner. That's a Savage touchdown.
Boy, that looked easy.
36-yard drive. The Savages score in 4 plays. 9:05 left first period. 6-0 Broken Bow. PAT on the way.
That was a beautiful drive. Savages using their strength. Most of it was on the ground with Snooty Neal. 1 pass from Howell to Hall. And Broken Bow strikes first.
What a drive. Very impressive. 1 pass, everything else on the ground. Good special teams play. Blake Skelton's going to hold. Cale Ginn will snap. And this is Gadiel Zaragoza, the freshman. Dead center. 7-0 Broken Bow. 9:05 left first period. This is Savage football. Back in just a moment.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services, such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Well, we find ourselves playing in November. The grass is no longer green. The arrowhead is no longer black. And we take the first 2 possessions of the football game. 3 and out, Wagoner. 36-yard scoring drive, Broken Bow. Set the tone in the first round of the playoffs.
Special teams, offense, defense, the full package of Broken Bow playing very well there. And the word to describe that's what's transpired in the first quarter so far is dominance by Broken Bow.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing the physicality up front of this football team, particularly that defensive line. They really did stack up very well. The offensive line moving people out of the way, giving Snooty running room, and giving him a chance to get down and into the end zone. Savages take an early lead here, and the kickoff unit's on the field twice in the first period. That's the sign that you're having a pretty good football game.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, I mean, we are still 9:05 left, so we are not even 3 minutes into this game yet.
Let's see if we can do it again.
They may onside it.
No, a penalty marker comes in, and it is dead ball, delay of game.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've got a
delay. The ball fell off the tee, and he went back and re-teed it, and then the play clock wound down. So he's going to have to back up 5 yards. He'll kick from the 35 instead of the 40. All the same rules apply. The ball still has to go 10 yards. It just goes to the 45 this time instead of the midfield stripe before it can be touched.
Yeah, there's a decent, probably 10-mile-per-hour crosswind blowing from.
It's honestly
actually it's from south to north.
It's honestly a little stuffy. standing here in this.
Well, it was 80 degrees today.
Yeah, so. They had the air conditioner on. It was playoff.
In November.
Yeah, here's Zaragoza's kick. It's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line to the 30 and hit twice and stacked up, nowhere to go. Down he goes. A pile of Savages on top of him.
Wow.
And again, the kickoff unit gets the job done. Here come the Bulldog offense.
That looked like Marshall, Scales, I believe Berto in there as well. That was just team play, and they just sealed him off. There was nowhere to go.
Tyjon Murphy and Jimmy Brown alternating here at the right tackle position. So Tyjon in the football game right now. Jackson Porter, number 55, you see him. Had a great series in this last series. In fact, that forcing unit in that last series really did play well.
Yeah, didn't even have to get it into the secondary because they took care of everything within the first 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Here come the Bulldogs. Kayshawn Brown leads his team out. They'll come in with an H-back and a running back. So they've got power trying to get numbers in the middle. Savages 4 up front. Reverse fake, keep quarterback keeper. There's that elusive running back.
Yep.
When he turns into a running back, he is dangerous. He gets it up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. He's about a half yard short of the first down.
And he never really got up to full head of steam, but you can see just how quick he is coming off of that fake handoff, coming back away from the motion. And Savages did a good job staying home, but still he was able to move the chains because of his speed.
Oh, he did move the chains. My bad. When I looked up, it looked like the side judge had him just short, but that was enough. 10 yards on the dot, I guess. Clock on the move, 8:45 left first period, 7-0 Broken Bow. If you're joining us here for this playoff game, thanks for tuning us in. Hope you'll stick with us and have a good time. We're going to. Fake handoff on the jet sweep. Now he wants to throw the football. Looking across the middle, post route, knocked away by the cornerback Isaiah Fields. Got the right hand in, tipped the football away, incomplete.
Boy, he is a fantastic defensive back. It's something about his timing. He knows when the ball's coming. He reacts to the receiver, and his timing is just immaculate. That's about the 6th or 7th ball that he's knocked down in these last 5 games. And that ball was on the money. That was a good pass. It's just knocked down by a great defensive back play.
That was a good play, but we were in just the right spot to break it up. That'll stop the clock with 8:31 left on the incompletion. 2nd down and 10. Motion to the inside. They're going to try that side. Edge is sealed. Here come the defenders. Steps through a tackler and is driven out of bounds by Murphy. Just short of midfield. Going to be about the 48-yard line, but he just weaves his way in, Chris. He's got great vision. Gets those big boys out in front of him and then finds 3, 4, 5, sometimes 9 yards.
Yeah, keep in mind that first drive, they went 3 and out. They tried a couple of runs in a pass, did not work, and now they've had him run the ball twice, and they've had a first down on one of them and about 6 yards on the second. I expect to see a lot of number 1 running the ball tonight for the Wagoner Bulldogs.
Well, he's got a 3rd down and a long 4 yards to deal with right here. He brings everybody inside the box. All of his players in front of him. He still wants to throw it. Fires it out into the flat, incomplete. Had some pressure as Clay was there. Bentley Brown had a hand in his face, and the ball falls short of the receiver, incomplete. It's 4th down.
That was a pressure incompletion, and that was great pressure. But Tyjon Murphy out there, too. He makes a big target, got his hands up, not allowing the quarterback to see downfield.
Decision time for the Wagoner Bulldogs, and it looks like the decision is made. The punting unit will enter on 4th and 4 with the football at the 48-yard line in Bulldog territory. Clock stops on the incompletion, 8:21 left. The Savages with a 1-touchdown advantage and looking for the football. Last time they punted it to Graydon Howe, directly to him. We'll see if that happens again.
It was a low snap last time.
Side kick. He just kicks it right at him. Graydon's going to do it again. Here he goes. Side steps, now moves to the outside, 25, 30, and he'll slide down at the 33-yard line. That's where the Savages will be as this drive begins. 67 yards away from the end zone, 8:12 to go here in the first period, and a 1-touchdown advantage.
That was a smart play by Graydon. He saw he was going to take a hit, so instead of doing that, just slide down. You've got a 7-0 lead. You've got the football, and so set up the offense and see what you can do. Hey, keep in mind this offense, Graydon threw a pass on that last drive, but it was almost all runs by Snooty Neal that took us downfield for that 36 yards.
McDaniel, Shomo, and Curry, Freeman, and Hammond, same 5 up front. 4 receiver formation, trips to the wide side of the field, left side of the offense. Now the H-back moves out. Graydon's going to follow, looking for the running play. Tries to move, slips through a tackler and stretches forward, gets a gain on the play of about 4 yards. And I'm going to give him 5 yards, it looks like, for where the mark is. These two guys are, the line judges on either side are not standing on the same plane of existence.
They're in different dimensions, if you will. One of them was at about at the 32. One of them's at about at the 34. Split the difference.
Yeah, the football is at the 38-yard line. 7:44 to go. First period, clock on the move. Pistol formation. Neal behind Hal. A 4-man look up front with 5 DBs in the game for Wagoner. Neal's going to get the carry. 40-yard line, runs into some traffic, and down he goes. He gets to the 40. That's a gain of about 2, so this third down that we're looking at is 3.5, almost 4 yards.
Yeah, and that's there used to be I remember when they ran the wishbone back in the 80s in Oklahoma, and they said, we love third and short, 2 or 3, because that's when that option works really well. Obviously, the game has evolved, but Savages have a running quarterback as well.
Savages bring a blocker in this time and go with 3 receivers. Hard count, nobody moving. Clock under 7 minutes to go now, first period.
And to Wagoner, they haven't bit on the hard count.
Now they'll put Williams back to the left side, and they'll stretch that way. Tries to get to the outside. Snooty looks for a block, gets to the 40, 45, first down yardage, midfield, and rolls it over. A nice run that time. Once again, the penalty marker comes in. Looks like it's a bad block holding against Broken Bow. Spot foul from the 40. So third down and a manageable 3.5 or 4 turns into third and about 14 outside the chain.
And that's going to change the play call as well, I would imagine. Keep in mind, there's Hal is 1 for 1 to Hall for a first down thus far. They may go back to looking for the favorite target, although, again, he has thrown it to whoever's open. I mean, yeah. He is good about distributing that. He's checked down to the 3rd or 4th receiver and made a completion.
So the Savages will go with Hall and Flagg to the wide side into their own boundary there. They've got Brannon split to the left side. Graydon's going to roll to his right, looking downfield. He's got Dejon flashing open, and the ball is overthrown. So Dejon broke the route off there, Chris. I'm not sure. There was a miscommunication.
Yeah, he had to, and it looked like it was over his head. He was supposed to go straight because he broke it toward this sideline and then had to spin around and go back over his other shoulder. And so
let's watch them on the sideline and see if there's communication between them.
See the expressions of the coaches with regard to the two players?
Graydon and Dejon. Okay, there was a mix-up there. You could tell. Here's the punt by A.J. Brannon. High kick. Not going to go very far, but it is going to move into Bulldog territory. Now gets a decent bounce. And it's down by Blake Skelton at the 41-yard line, maybe the 42. And that's the Bulldogs' best starting field position. 6:22 to go, first period. Let's take a quick timeout. Back with more Savage football right after this.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet.
Whoa, man.
Ouch.
First down for the Bulldogs is a tackle for loss as Cade Pratt jumped the gap that time, Chris. He went right through the A gap, right to the running back.
Again, you see his strength as that running back had a little bit of steam and just stopped and was thrown backward.
Bulldogs catch the Savages trying to shift this time. Ball's thrown into the middle. Somebody's running a go route. Somebody's throwing a post route, and it's kind of like we had before, miscommunication.
Yeah, and they try to catch us sleeping. And again,
they tried to catch us in the shift as well.
They caught the announcers sleeping, but
yeah, that's true. They did,
but not the defensive back. So good reaction by the Savages, and that's Brown. That's something Brown is. He's not just a good athlete. He's a good thinking quarterback. He knows the game.
6 minutes to go, first period. Third down, and I'm going to call it 12 yards. The Bulldogs once again with that tight set. Looking to throw the football. 3-step drop. Now he's on the move. Tries to get outside one to beat, and there he goes. Midfield, 45. And he'll slide down inside Savage territory at the 43-yard line. You see the athleticism of Kayshawn Brown on display, Chris. He is dangerous. We told you in the pregame, and you see evidence of it right now.
And they're going up tempo, trying to catch Savages asleep again.
Quick throw out into the flat. Little screen, and wow, what a play. Hats off to Isaiah Fields. What a play. He took on the blocker, stocked him up, and then made the tackle.
That's a 2-for-1 for Mr. Fields, and that is a tackle for loss on a pass play.
That was fantastic. Second down and 12. 5:33 left, clock on the move. Bulldogs also on the move, trying to do a hurry-up, Chris, and catching the Savages trying to shift. So the Savage defense is going to have to make a change on that. Here's Brown, puts the little circle motion, handoff, lead play straight ahead, still running. Gets back inside the chains, but not very far inside, maybe a half yard or so. It's going to leave 3rd down and 9.5.
And that's going to be one of those plays where they will probably, again, drop Brown back and give him the option of taking off and running and making it. Savage is basically just going to have to play, don't let them cross the 35-yard line. Force that forward, although they're probably, if they're in 4th down territory if they get close to it.
Here we go, 3rd down, 9.5. Brown in the gun. Straight drop, wants to throw the football, timing route down the sideline, and he's beat. Here we go, 20, 10, 5, still on his feet. That's the Bulldog touchdown as the Savages got beat that time on the outside. A nice pass by Brown, but the running back, or the receiver, the slot receiver, really made a good play on the ball.
Well, and yet that is a good job of taking advantage of the coverage. As that's Cale Ginn out there from a defensive end position trying to cover a fleet-footed receiver. He just doesn't have the speed to get out there and run with him, and that was a beautiful pass. So Wagoner gets on the board on 3rd and 9.
Here, Jonathan, read that.
Are they going for 2?
Yeah, no, they've got an extra point on the team.
Oh, okay. I just saw the one guy. I didn't see the holder.
4:37 to go, first period. Extra point to tie the game at 7. It's good. So the Bulldogs and the Savages all tied up here in the first period, 7-7. The Savage offense will get the football back. We'll be back with more Savage football in just a moment.
You want your phone back?
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Savages and the Bulldogs tied at 7 on a drive that time where the Savages, once again, they've been susceptible to the big play. And that's one of those times right there where they got – it looked like Cale Ginn was actually the guy in coverage out there. So your edge receiver, or the edge rusher that is, had to drop out into that flat, and they threw the ball over his head for a touchdown.
That was a good recognition by Brown of the mismatch, and it was. He just dropped it right into the basket of the receiver in stride.
Ball caught on the bounce by Dejon Hall. Cut move 25, 30, and then out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. That's where the Savages will take over, 1st and 10. 4:33 left on the clock, first period. And the Savage offense on their 3rd possession. The first one went for a touchdown. The second one was stopped with a punt.
And this is where the offense needs to answer, retake control of this game, because you had them kind of on the ropes, had a couple of 3-and-outs, and now the Wagoner Bulldogs are, they're feeling it. They think they may be back in this ball game. You can take that wind out of their sails if you just go and drive down, put the ball in the end zone.
Well, it was definitely a shift of momentum. Savages will Braden Williams to the left side of the offense here. Pistol shotgun, that is. Graydon's going to read option and keep the football. Now looks for some blocking, trying to get to the edge. Uses his speed to the 35, 40. Turns it up the sideline midfield. 45. Down the sideline and outrunning everyone is Graydon Howe. To the end zone. He took it to the house, Chris. Eluded it like a magician and then just turned on the jets.
The great Haldini, escape artist. He had a guy who had a hold of him at the line of scrimmage, somehow used his shoulders to just throw the tackler off.
Wait. Look. That's momentum swinging back. I didn't want you to get hit.
Oh. Graydon Howe taking it 67 yards. Wow.
What a play. 4:18 left here in the first period. Savages up 13-7, and Zaragoza on to add the extra point. Blake Skelton to hold here. Cale snaps a good one, and whistle stopped the play. Penalty marker comes in, offsides on the Bulldogs. Savages will send the offense on. Maverick just kind of has a standard rule here. If you get a half the distance penalty, you might as well go for 2.
Yeah. Well, you just have to get a yard and a half.
Yeah, he thinks we can push them that far. So
yeah,
we'll see what we got. 4:18 to go, first period. Playoff football. Everybody gets a little tougher. Everything gets a little tighter. And the Wagoner Bulldogs have a lot of history. I mean, if you got 2 teams playing on tradition tonight, then there's a lot of it on the field.
Well, they have 10 state championships between them, so that's a lot of gold in the trophy case. Savage is going to try.
They're going to try the shotgun here.
That's what I was going to. This is Power football.
Graydon's just going to step right in for 2 points. How about that? How do you do? Just as easy as can be. 15-7, the Savages lead the Bulldogs. We'll see the kickoff unit in just a moment. You're watching Savage Football on YouTube.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
4:18 left, first period. The Rock is rocking as the Savages gave up a big play, but boy, did they come back with an even bigger one.
They gave up a 44-yarder, and I'll raise you a 67-yard touchdown run, a one-play drive by Graydon Howe. And again, it looked like they had him dead to rights at the line of scrimmage. He just threw a guy off and then took off, made one move, and out-accelerated everybody up the sideline.
Yeah, it was interesting. They moved Williams. They motioned Williams back over to that side, got the numbers, and then Graydon just took that read option keeper and had Snooty out in front of him. He had to reverse his direction to get there, but once he did, man, can he run. Wow. How fast was that? I want to watch that back just to see how he just leaves everybody in his footsteps. I mean, it's crazy. Let's kick it. We're going to fix to get another delay here. 2, 1, come on. There we go. Long driving kickoff, 5-yard line, and on the run to the 10. Full speed to the 20 and ducks his head and goes down at the 22-yard line as the Savages were there to greet him. So now they've got field position backed up. They've got 78 yards to go this time.
Yeah, he met Mr. Mays and Mr. Giddens right there, and that was again. The wind's blowing crossways. That kick was way up in the lights, and it traveled.
Maverick,
was that 58 yards in the air?
Maverick is both congratulating his freshman kicker for kicking it to the 5-yard line and scolding him for letting it get to almost the play clock run out again. I watched him meet him coming off the field. Here's Brown in the shotgun as the Bulldogs quickly on the ball to get this drive started. Keeper back to the middle, hit and knocked down.
Guess
That's
who?
Pratt, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah, Cade Pratt rolling across from his middle linebacker position, but a nice gain that time. 3 yards will give him. 2nd and 7.
He wears number 0 because that's the average gain an offense makes on plays he makes a tackle on.
Brown looks to the sideline. This time they do have a couple of receivers split out. In fact, 3 this time. So they'll go with a slot receiver to the left side, and they get out of that tight offensive look. Brown backpedals, 3 steps, fires the football out. Too hot and incomplete. Intended for Deshaun Jordan, a junior wide receiver, number 9. Savages with Fields in coverage, but really didn't have to defend much that time.
Yeah, they had Fields out there as well as one of the linebackers, Patrick, also rolling over to that side. So they look like they've worked out that coverage that they had on the touchdown earlier.
We've had 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, and we still have 3:36 left here in the first period. This may be a high-scoring football game.
No kidding.
Yeah. Keshawn Brown looks to the sideline. Now he has a play. 8 on the play clock as he gets his line set. 3-step drop, wants to throw it, has some pressure from the outside. They've got him in the backfield, and down goes Brown. A sack and another tackle for loss for the Savages, and another 4th down situation forced on the Wagoner Bulldogs.
That was the twin tackles. That was Porter and Murphy in there, just grabbed him, and then it was the rest of the defense, the rest of the force unit finishing off. And to correct you, Skip, though, he didn't go down, but he was stopped.
Yeah, he didn't go down. I noticed
Think
that.
of that Raging Bull line. You never knock me down, Ray.
Yeah.
But it was a 1-yard loss.
As long as my friend will hold you up, I'll keep hitting you. Uh-oh, this ball gets rolled back to him, gets a kick away. Graydon, it's high, and Graydon's going to get away from it, let it bounce back into Bulldog territory. So the Savages are going to start with this possession, 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's stay right here, Chris, for just a second.
2:48 left in the first quarter, and this has been, as you said, a hot start to this ball game scoring-wise. Savage, a great job of the defense. That was a -1 net gain on that drive by the Wagoner Bulldogs.
Savages come out with the same offensive line. They've got Braden Williams in there at the H-back. They'll take Snooty out into the slot for a double-double look there to the wide side of the field. 2 pairs of twin receivers. Braden looks that way. Take your pick. They flood the field, and Dejan has it at the 41, slides down at the 37. That's enough for another Savage first down. They just flood that left side, Chris, and Graydon just picks whichever man breaks into the zone in the right place.
Great read by Graydon, and a smart play as Hall got just enough yards where he was past the line to gain, and went down instead of taking a shot from a DB.
Ball on the left hash mark this time. They'll flip that look to the other side of the field, and here's Graydon looking that way. They'll flip that out. A little screen, tunnel screen for Snooty to the 30, 25, 20, still running and pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And, Chris, they just ran that little double look. They flip it out to Snooty. That little tunnel forms with those other blockers, and away he goes.
And that is a great play for the Savage. That's the one he went 91 yards on for the longest play from scrimmages thus far this season earlier. And Snooty almost turned that one into a touchdown.
What a well-designed set this has been. Those two plays right there will make the Wagoner coaching staff think, where did that come from? Because we clearly have not seen it until tonight. Here's Snooty dotting the I behind Graydon in the pistol. He's going to get a chance. Delay straight ahead to the 10, inside the 10-yard line and down to the 8. Good, hard running, falling forward again, running east and west. Snooty Neal doing a great job tonight, Chris.
Oh, absolutely, and hand it to that line as McDaniel, Curry, and one other lineman were actually about 10 yards downfield, still pushing their blocking assignments when Snooty ran behind them.
Yeah, I put them on the game day today because I knew they were going to be the key to this football game, and so far they're living up to every expectation. That offensive line getting it done. Braden Williams in motion, and a penalty marker comes in. Offsides against the Bulldogs. Somebody lined up offsides. 1:43 left first period. They'll stop the clock with the penalty. The Savages will get half the distance closer to about the 4.5-yard line from the 9.
Well, Savages have already, with a 15-point first period, have already put more points on the board than any other first period this season. Chance to add to that here.
Here's Graydon in the pistol. He'll switch Williams, and they'll go with a power set, hand off to Snooty, follows the lead block. He's got trouble in the backfield, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. It looks like they're going to give him a little progress, maybe about a half yard or so.
That was a good adjustment. They kind of figured that was going to Neal, and so when he started running toward that far side, they shifted over, and the backside came back around, didn't give him a cutback lane, and so they managed to stop him for, as you said, a very short gain. Looks like about a foot.
Savages will take 2 receivers off, and they send Cade Pratt and Bladen Meddock on. They'll overload the left side here. Power look. And they'll give Snooty the zone. Going to cut it back to the inside instead. Pushes to the 3, maybe inside the 3 slightly. Looked like that play was designed for numbers to the left side of the offense, and Snooty immediately countered back to the right side. Was that a mistake on his part, or was that a design?
No, I think that was a good read because they did the same thing. The Bulldogs shifted over again like they did last time, except this time he had a cutback lane, and so he made the most of it. And that's my take on it. I was looking through binoculars, so I could be wrong. I often am, but that was some powerful running as he had a defensive player on him and still managed to make a couple of yards dragging the defender toward the goal line.
Savages go back out to that 3-receiver set this time with the 3rd down and goal. Graydon's going to keep it. Turns inside. They're going to keep him out of the end zone? No, he's in the end zone. That's a Savage touchdown. He fell with the ball clearly 3 feet, almost a full yard on the goal line. It just took him a while to get the hands in the air.
And he showed his speed on that earlier carry going 67 yards. He showed his strength on that one, kept his legs churning, and pushed the pile over the goal line. Savages have now scored more points in this first period than any other time this season.
11.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Already up 21-7 and another point after touchdown opportunity to add to it. A good snap. The kick is up. He's got it again. 22-7. Broken Bow leads the Wagoner Bulldogs. Let's take a short commercial timeout. Back with a kickoff in just a moment.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Life insurance.
And welcome back. Big thank you to McCurtain County National Bank tonight for buying 500 tickets. I mean, there's really not any other way to say it. They put 500 seats in the stadium here tonight. Here's a big kick to the 30-yard line. Cut moves, missed tackle, and now to the 40. He's got some sideline, but a big pursuit by the Savages, and they'll get him down. That's Soto. Maverick Soto wrestles him out of bounds at the 50-yard line, and they got the open side of the field. But, Chris, what was nice about that was you saw a wave of black shirts coming at a good pursuit of angle there, or good angle of pursuit, I'm trying to say, and they got him out of bounds. That was
a great return by a great athlete, but that is the philosophy, again, of the Savage football team. Never give up on a play, keep going. And, you know, they got to midfield on the return, but the way the defense has been playing, that may be as far as they get.
And let's hope so. Believe it or not, we are going to get one more snap here in the first quarter as well, because they went out of bounds with 3.7 seconds left. And Brown's going to get a chance to snap it one time in this direction before we have to change ends.
Watch those twin receivers at the far side.
Wants to throw the football. Timing route. Caught. 45-yard line and then pushed out of bounds by Heath. And that'll do it on the first period. That's going to be enough for a Bulldog first down. So they'll have a 1st and 10 from the Savage 40-yard line when play resumes. That's the end of the first period with the Broken Bow Savages 22 and the Wagoner Bulldogs 7. This is playoff football from Memorial Stadium. Back with more after this.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. I was hoping we could get that transition with the cheerleaders, because they were doing one of the cheers that they're going to do tomorrow at the game day competition, the state championship. State championship. Yeah. They finished in the top 12 seeds, regional seeds, and so they were able to advance on to the state championship tomorrow. And I talked to a couple of them beforehand. Saw them in school today, but then I talked to Mrs. Berryhill, their coach. They're nervous, but they're excited. They're ready to go. So we wish them.
That sounds like an athletic competition to me.
Yeah, we really do. Wish them the best.
Nervous but excited.
Go and represent. Here we go. 1st and 10. Going to try the edge, and Maddox there. Drops him at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him about a foot or so and falling forward, but not more than that, because Bladen was there to hit him at the line of scrimmage.
That was a good hit, too. You saw that forward motion stop in its tracks as he put a shoulder pad into his shoulder pad, and that's what you have to do against a good running back. And that was a gain of less than a yard.
So I was talking to some of these seniors today, and we were talking about somebody's season ends tonight. So you have to keep that on your mind. If you're a senior in particular, your career ends if you lose. So here's a reverse back to the opposite side, and the receiver has it. Once again, he's broken a tackle, flips out to the 20, to the 15. And once again, Chris, we have shown our exposure on that left edge and that left corner, as that has happened multiple times to us over the past couple of weeks. And there it is again, a big play down deep into Savage territory.
Yeah, we may talk about this because they're going up tempo. We'll explain outside contain and inside contain later.
Tunnel screen, blocking out front, turns it up the sideline. Penalty marker comes in at the point of contact as a big pile goes out of bounds of 3 yards or more down there. So we'll see what was going on. Looks like, as Mr. Cosell would say, a little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, we'll get it all.
But the flag came in at the point of contact.
It's holding.
Holding against the Bulldogs, okay.
Yeah, stock blocking is holding when you grab a hold of the jersey instead of just putting your hands on the jersey.
Yeah.
And so that's going to negate that play. Also, this may be critical, Skip, as they've got a decent kicking game, and that probably took them out of field goal range.
1st and 20.
So they already play first down, so it's still first down for them, but this time it's 1st down and 10. They can get a first down at the 3-yard line, so they can still get a first down without scoring.
I think they're going to keep picking on that edge over there.
They'll go motion, circle motion, handoff, trying the inside, nothing doing. that's going to get old for them quickly, and they are going to try something different. They're going to throw that wrinkle back out that way. But that time, we've seen that play twice, that circle motion where they hand it to the motion back, and he hasn't gained a yard yet.
Well,
in fact, I think he may have to gain a couple of yards to get back to 0.
Yeah, he ran into a couple of Browns. That was Jimmy Brown in there with Bentley Brown making the tackle. And so I guess
clock on the move with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first half. Savages lead at 22-7, trying to make a stop on this Bulldog possession. Here's Brown in the gun, dropping back, now firing down across the middle. Post route, caught for the touchdown. What a beautiful pass, a great timing route, and Jonah Smith reached out and grabbed it for the touchdown. And the Bulldogs have once again tightened the score, 22-13 with an extra point attempt on the way.
And that was a quick drive. Keep in mind, they got the ball at midfield with, 11 seconds left in the first period?
3.7 seconds left.
3.7 seconds, yeah. So that's less than 2 minutes to drive 50 yards and score on the Savages.
So here they go in a little swinging gate set, so you've always got to be on the alert when they do this, but it does look like they're going to come back in and get in a regular kick formation. So again, the Savages, Chris, giving up big plays. They got a big penalty there and then turn right around and give up the middle of the field for a touchdown. The Bulldogs have added the extra point, and they have tightened the score. The Savages lead it by 8 points now, 22-14.
Interesting enough, I just looked at the replay. Jonathan Callaway actually showed the ref was actually in the way, and that's the receiver using the ref as a shield on that post route. So, again, that's something you can do, but not necessarily the DB's fault other than anticipate that and make a cut before you get to the official.
It's like the Savages making a couple of changes here on the kick return unit.
Maybe expecting an onside, you think?
Going to the hands team, maybe, yeah. They got Dejan out there. Well, he's always back deep. They put Brannon in. We'll see if he's up on the front line here. They put Pratt in. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going to move a couple of receivers with good hands to help handle the football here if it's kicked short. Cade Pratt will be in the middle. Brian Clay will be on this left side of the return. All of those guys are inside the 40-yard line, and then everybody else back deep behind the 20. Snooty's in the middle, awaiting this kick. 10:16 to go before halftime. The Savages giving up a couple of touchdowns, but have also created a lot of offense of their own. Here's a high kickoff, end over end. It'll be fielded by Isaiah Fields at the 16-yard line. Tries to turn it all the way across to the 25, 30, turns on the speed to the 35-yard line, and he's ridden out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's where the Savage offense gets the football. They've got 10:08 to work with here in the first half, Chris. And, this is one of those situations now where, again, you feel the momentum swing back because the Bulldogs are able to take the football, push it down into the end zone, and the Savages have to be thinking, hey, now we have to respond again. We've got to strike back. They don't have to get it in one play, but they do need to get it on this possession.
Well, the Savages, we've yet to punt. So
no, we did.
We punted once. That's right. We did punt once after that penalty put us back by outside the chains. But
here we go with 3 receivers in the set. Pistol formation. Graydon hands off. Snooty tries the left side, blocking to the inside. He breaks the tackle to the 40-yard line. Stiff arm. Cuts it back now, and now he's corralled at about the 42-yard line. I keep swallowing a
bug?
Like I swallow a cricket or something.
Well, it is. I mean, they may be hatching. It is, it was 79, 80 degrees today. I like the way that Neal used his speed to get outside. And when he saw there was nothing there, he just lowered his shoulder. He came to a complete stop and then decided to try to drive forward knowing that he was caught on the sideline. But still a great game for first down. Puts you in second and very short.
Second and about 2. Clock on the move, 9:30 left, first half. Neal beside Howell here. Graydon drops back. A little pressure from the middle now. They contain. Now they'll flip it out to Snooty's wide open at the 40. To midfield. Has a blocker in front to the 40. Pushing to the 35-yard line is Jatarius Neal. And again, Chris, Graydon just waited, pulled those linebackers in. They set down to contain, and he just flipped it out to his running back. And now there's another first down.
And that puts you in a dilemma. You can't just let Graydon Howell loose. You have to set down to contain him.
Right.
But when you do that, you're giving him a little extra time to throw. They took advantage on that play. And
hard count, and the Savages will get 5 the easy way that time. As the outside man number 52 steps across the line of scrimmage. 9:06 to go before halftime. 5 yards stepped off, and the Savages with a little shorter down in distance. 1st and 5.
Good discipline. And again, they've tried that about 6 times. That's the first time that Wagoner has bit, but following up those 2 plays where they gained big yards with that is just a smart play. That's good offense.
Savages in a double tight. Now they'll put Williams on the left side next to Brandon. Snooty will try it that way. Tackle comes in. That was the linebacker shooting the gap that time. And Snooty dodged him, but he dodged him right into the arms of one of the down linemen. And he's going to get no gain, I'm going to say. It's going to be second. Well, maybe they give him just a little bit. They give him to the 30-yard line.
And that's a gamble by the defense when you send somebody on a stunt like that. If you guess right, and they did, and you hit the hole at the right time, you can blow up a play. If you guess wrong, you wind up with a running back going past you, and then there's nobody in the middle to stop him until he gets into the secondary.
They'll bring Neal out this time and put him in a slot. Nobody in the backfield with Graydon. 4 receivers. Now Snooty will circle motion. Now they'll fake that handoff. Graydon rolling, firing the football out. It's caught. 1st down yardage. Defensive back is there and makes a good play. Tries to strip the ball away, but cannot do so. And Kalel Flagg signals 1st down, Broken Bow.
What a beautiful play and what a great pass, and then a catch by Flagg. It moves the chains, and that was just a rocket out there. Pretty good coverage. Right into Kalel Flagg's hands, though, and he was right at the spot where you get the 1st down.
8 minutes to go before halftime. The Savages on the move, knocking on the door of the red zone here at the 23-yard line. 22-yard line, let's call it, yeah.
22 and a half.
They'll go to a twin set, wide side, flip power to this same side with Brannon and Williams. Neal in the pistol. They'll give it to him. Trying the edge, stretching it out, turning the corner to the 20. And then he's hit and a good gang tackle that time by the Bulldogs. But Snooty with good yardage on 1st down. He gets in the red zone. Down to about the 17-yard line. The Savages will set up 2nd down and a very manageable 5 yards.
They hand it to Brannon and Williams for getting out there. They both did excellent jobs on their blocking assignments and sealed that off to give Snooty enough yardage to run before he had anybody that could tackle him.
A very slow-moving first half here in this opening round of the Class 4A playoffs, as we still have 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half.
Not as slow as Idabel.
Well, the Idabel game against Broken Bow,
cramps, yeah.
Fake handoff, and Graydon rolling out. Now he'll turn back, looks for Neal, wide open. That's a Savage touchdown as Graydon Howe, a 17-yard strike to Jatarius Neal, and the Savages have scored again. 4 touchdowns in the books and the extra point on the way.
Wow. Well, that is, and once again, Neal has caught a pass for a touchdown and ran for a touchdown, this time just in the first half of this football game.
7:13 left before halftime. Savages will go for 1 here with Zaragoza in. Gian's snap is a good one. Blake gets it down on the tee. Gadiel gets it through the uprights. 29-14, 7:13 left before halftime. We'll be back with more Savage football. You're watching the Broken Bow Savages playoff football on YouTube. Well, the Broken Bow Savages have answered once again after giving up a touchdown drive to the Wagoner Bulldogs. They have moved it back down the field again. That time that possession started on the 35-yard line, Chris, so the Savages went 65 yards. And they finished it with a beautiful 17-yard pass as Graydon moves the power to the left side, fakes everybody in that direction. The defense shifts. He rolls bootleg out to the other side, draws them back to him, and Neal is all alone in the corner of the end zone.
And this offense is looking more and more like a well-oiled machine as the season goes on. This is a scoring machine.
Here we go. The kickoff to the Bulldogs. This one's a little shorter. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line. Trying back to the middle. Savages contain. Can they get him down? Yes, they can. Nice open field tackle that time. Mason Mays getting the tackle in.
Good job, Mason, and Soto in there as well to help finish him off. But Mays is the one that made it. He tried a little juke move, and Mays was not buying it. Just form tackled him, got him down, and so Savage is able to keep him from getting to the 40-yard line.
Let's set that defensive front for you. Kel Ginn on the left edge this time. That's Tyjon Murphy at the left tackle. Jackson Porter right tackle. Bentley Brown is the right edge. No, that's not either. That's Jason Sossaman, the sophomore, getting the defensive play here. You got Brian Clay, Bladen Maddock, Cade Pratt. Those are your backers. Sky Baker and Isaiah Fields on this left side of the defensive backfield. Jet sweep, trying to turn the corner. DBs are there, knock him out of bounds. Pretty good gain, though, of about 4 yards as the DBs turned him in. The linebackers knocked him out of bounds. But he did get positive yardage, Chris, and sets him up in a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that was good, contained by Isaiah Fields. But because of his speed, he was able to get downfield before he was forced out of bounds. And, again, those are the guys. They're scary if they get to that corner and you miss one tackle because they can go to the house.
The other 2 DBs in the game, Cole Patrick, the strong safety, and that's Javion Heath, the cornerback on the right side. Head up with that wide receiver. 3 receiver set this time. Brown will take a motion man and put power into the narrow boundary. Fakes the handoff. Now he wants to throw it. Slips down in the backfield. The ball's on the ground, and the whistle blows. 6:56 to go here in the half, and the Savages will get a credit for a tackle for loss that time, but that really was the quarterback losing his footing.
That was a grass monster out there, but that is going to put the Bulldogs in desperate straits. It's going to be 3rd and 17. Yeah. Well, 16. Let's call it 16.
Clock on the move. 6:35 left. Savages already have 4 touchdowns in this first half and have tacked on 1 2-point conversion as well, so they have a 29-14 lead. They'll motion out, empty backfield. Brown will flip it inside, has some blocking in front. Whoa, there's a hold. Come on the edge. Sky Breaker will get the angle on him and get him knocked out of bounds. They almost pulled Isaiah Fields' jersey off of him. That is a ridiculous missed call. Look at our coaching staff.
Oh, yeah. And obviously it was at the point where it was a point of where the play would have been had Fields not been held on that. So, well, if you can get away with it, that's one way to move the ball.
Well, they did get away with it, and it was in front of everybody. Now they'll fake the flip to the outside, want to throw the ball deep. It's man-to-man on Heath, and the ball is underthrown. As Heath was out there in stride with the receiver, but they obviously targeted that isolation on that side because they swung everything into this boundary and threw the ball 35 yards back across the other way.
And that failed. Again, he's a great quarterback, but that is a tough throw for anybody to make. You're throwing it about 60 yards, which is about the range of most quarterbacks at this level.
And, the one thing about it is it was short, which was probably the only way it was going to be completed if it was going to be.
If the receiver
would at least
come
give
back.
The receiver a chance to come back.
Yeah, you adjust and come back. But I think he lost in the lights. You saw him kind of fumbling and falling down.
They'll go power this time. And Jackson Porter. How about that? Hello, Bulldogs. Oh, and now we got a penalty coming in as that's going to be an unsportsmanlike on that running back. Now we got one coming in.
And on Jackson as he
I don't know.
retaliate.
Let's see what we got going on. Did he retaliate?
He said something. It looked like he said something because the referee in the whiteout was looking straight at him when he threw the flag. Verbally retaliated, I should say.
No gain on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd.
So at best, this is offsetting, is what you're saying?
At best.
Because it was clearly 2 separate flags.
By the way, here's a score.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Broken Bow Savages. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wagoner Bulldogs. They are offsetting. Dead ball. Move the ball back to where it went down.
3rd down.
And do not replay the down, as those are dead ball fouls, correct?
Well, but they put the ball back to the line of
scrimmage. Yeah, okay. I'm not familiar with the rule, so.
So it's a reset. Back to the line of scrimmage and replay the down. Dead ball after the foul. So if you get hit and you lose 5 in the backfield, just say a couple of cuss words and hope they punch you.
And hope they retaliate. Yeah. And then, hey, free play.
Hey, we get to play that over again.
Yeah, let's just do it over.
Got to do over. 5:56 left before halftime.
You know, we haven't really seen.
This is fourth down. This is fourth down. Okay, they did that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a dead ball.
It was a dead ball.
I think they should have had the spot back there where he got tackled also to get it absolutely right. But
yeah. We haven't seen Keyshawn Brown run it.
Here's Brown.
We call timeout because I think the officials are going to, the coaching staff's going to go talk it over with them.
Savages are going to ask the question of this field position, aren't we not?
I think maybe not. That's what I thought they were calling the timeout for, but.
Okay. Well, and it doesn't matter. It's 4th and 10, so the Savages with a chance here to make the stop. They're called the timeout because they're going for it. They had their offense on the field on 4th and 10.
Gotcha. Hey, let me tell you, here's a couple of scores from around the state. Grove ahead of Salisaw 21-0 in the second.
Wow. How about that?
I didn't expect that to be that bad. Of course, I did expect
that is at Grove, though.
Yeah, I did expect this one to be. It's Tuttle 30-6 over Clinton.
How about our Ada Cougars? How are they doing?
Yeah, that is actually a good game. It was supposed to be, and it is tied at 20 in the second quarter between Fort Gibson and Ada.
Yeah, that was billed
number 6 and number 7 as the best, most evenly matched.
That
game.
was billed as the most competitive game in 4A,
and it is.
Yeah, I believe it will be.
It is thus far. Also, Blanchard.
I'm interested in the Blanchard-Weatherford.
10-9 Weatherford in the second. So the Savages, the winner of this game, will play the winner of that game.
So they're explaining the down over across the way, it looks like, because he's trying to communicate to the coach about what the down is. He's wondering why is it fourth down.
What a dead ball foul, man.
I think it should be fourth down at about 17 instead of 4th and 10.
Yeah, but
it was a dead ball. All that activity happened clearly after the play was over. The whistle had already blown, and then the flags came in.
Right.
So did that play not exist, or did it exist?
And if they're offsetting, if they're offsetting, and it's dead ball, that's what dead ball means.
Right. That's what it means. Is that it was not during action, and so they offset. You don't do anything. You just go on to the next down.
Right. But that play stands where it was. But
to my point earlier is, if it gives you an advantage to act badly, it can't possibly be the rule, right?
You would think not.
Yeah. Well, it can be.
You would think not.
And it depends on who.
I don't know. There's a lot of rules that actually.
Well, it depends on which senator wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. It's like there are a lot of rules that. Normally, the policy when writing rules is that you do not want to encourage bad behavior.
You try not to give an advantage to those that act badly.
Yeah.
5:53 left before halftime, and this is one of the longest timeouts we've had all season, but I think it's because we are having a lecture.
Or a seminar.
Or a seminar. Is it a dialogue or a monologue? I can't tell.
I don't think they're using the well.
What a night for football. Man, surprisingly warm for this time in November. Everybody but the deer hunters are enjoying it.
Well, and the folk festival people.
Oh, that's
actually
true.
Some of those are here. That day
and those leaves, I just came from that direction, and I think we missed the peak by a few days. I think the peak has happened. But I'm hoping everybody has a good time at the festival. It's always fun.
Well, it's bound to be crowded.
It is. Boy, there's a lot of cars in town.
Front team is on.
Look at here. Here we go. We got back on the field finally. 5:53. Thanks for indulging us during that long timeout. 5:53 left before halftime, and the Savages are going to get it back on a punt. End over end kick that's going to take a high bounce and bite right there at the 15-yard line. And the Savages will take over. Chris, they've got 85 yards to go, 5:45 left on the first half clock, a 29-14 lead, and this is one of those situations, again, we talked about it several times this season, but you've got 5:45 to go. You know you're going to get the second half kickoff. Can you go down the field, put points on the board, not let them score to go into the locker room and then get the ball back to open the second half?
Well, that's something the Savages want to do, and this offense is well equipped to do that. And we've seen Hal run and pass for touchdowns. We've seen Neal run and receive for touchdowns. We haven't seen Hall in the open for a touchdown yet.
Here's Graydon. He wants to throw it. Nope, he's going to scramble to the 15, up to the 19-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. That's going to leave second down and 6. The clock's going to move, under 5.5 to go.
And obviously that was a called draw for the quarterback, trying to hope if he can get past that one backer, especially if you have Graydon Howe, you make a move and you can go to the house. But well defended by Wagoner on that. They wind up stopping him with just a 5-yard gain.
Timing looked a little odd on that play. I like the design of the play, but it looked like it maybe should have delayed just a little bit longer. Putting power to the right side this time with the two H-backs. And the whistle will stop play prior. A timeout called by the Bulldogs.
Hey,
5:09.
I was going to say one thing. I haven't seen a false start by Broken Bow yet in this game. They are playing with good discipline offensively.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of offsides penalties, but I don't think we've seen a false start either way. 5:09 left before halftime, 29-14 Broken Bow. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football right after this.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Our special thanks to the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. Together we're more. And that's the mark.
Okay.
That is the mark. That's the mark of a good team. Together we're more. That's what makes you good.
Yeah.
5:09 left here, and the Savages with a 2nd down and 6. Again, they would like to get a nice little sustained drive down the field here. Run some of this time off.
Yeah, the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Nice. Some of its parts are greater than the.
Some of these parts are this football team are outstanding, and they're going to see what they can do. See if they can put it in the end zone.
What do we got? We're pointing at someone in the stadium sideline, and now the official is having a conversation with a
fan,
with a citizen. He's being asked to back off
the field. It's not a coaching staff member. It's
just a spectator.
It's a random.
Yeah, it's just a citizen.
He's out past the bound.
It's a Wagoner guy.
He's just standing on the sideline, though.
It's a Wagoner person that is being. He's got a Wagoner sweater on anyway. It's not a coach.
Yeah.
2nd down, and I think we're finally going to get some action going here. 2nd down and 6. Graydon in the pistol. Low snap, handoff to Snooty. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and has his feet jerked out from under him. That's a nice play. Submarining underneath was that outside linebacker, number 25. Got Snooty by the ankle and drug him down, drug his feet out from under him.
Yeah, that was number 10 in there, too. He's a great athlete. We talked about him in the pregame. That's Carson Klinger. He also plays backup quarterback and wherever they want him on the field.
Yeah, he's a guy that will take a wildcat snap or two if he has to. Here's Graydon in the pistol again. 3rd down this time. We got maybe a yard that time. 3rd and 5 now. Clock moving, 5:35 left. Savages with 12 on the play clock, and they'll slow it down and take a look. Again, you really don't want the Bulldogs to get the football back, but you do want to get some points here. So here's Graydon rolling right. Looking downfield, throws the football out. Dejon flashing open, caught it at the 42, and out of bounds he goes. Stop the clock with 4:19 left. Move the chains. The Savages with a 1st and 10 on a beautiful pass.
The precision of that play is remarkable. It was thrown at Hall's going at a dead run. Hal hits him in stride, out of bounds, well past the line to gain. But Savages, that whole play took about 6 seconds.
Now the football at the 43-yard line. Still in Savage territory, but moving ever closer to the Bulldog end of the field. Neal moves to the right side of Hal this time, and they'll put Pratt on that side as well. Whistle, flag coming in, offsides against the Bulldogs. And again, they'll step off 5. So that's been the infraction of preference for the Bulldogs tonight.
Well, and again, it's on those stunts. They were trying to guess and time it right and try to get in the Broken Bow backfield before they could let a play develop. And sometimes you just don't time it right. That was one of those times.
They step it off to the 49-yard line. It'll be a 1st down, and interestingly enough, about 4. I think that was a 6-yard penalty. we don't have hash marks, so they just have to step. He's got a big stride. Here's Graydon on the keeper. Cut move. Inside 45, 40. Turns on the Jets to the outside. Blockers in front to the 30. Slips through the blockers and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And Graydon Howell turns a 28-yard run into just a afternoon jaunt as he slips through and slips between and steps outside. I mean, it's just he makes it look easy.
We talked in the pregame about – oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say he makes it look easy, and it's not.
It's not easy. Yeah, I was going to say, and we talked the pregame, what a great rusher he had. He already has like almost 2,200 yards. Well, now he has over 2,300. He has over 100 yards rushing in this half.
Yeah, he sure does. 4:09 to go now. Clock stops on the out of bounds. They'll put all the power to the wide side. And they'll go that way. Neal stretching the field. They'll turn it in. Nice play that time as the defender, number 10 again.
Once again,
as
that's
he moves
Klinger.
out.
No relation to Corporal Maxwell Klinger, I would assume, but
Carson Klinger.
He did mash that play up though.
I mean, you're going to get some attaboys in the film room when you do that. When you turn the play inside and then reach out and make the tackle.
He's a player, and that is a tackle for loss, and that doesn't happen against Snooty Neal very often.
2nd and 11, the Savages will empty the backfield, put Neal in the slot right. They've got Dejon and A.J. Brannon. That's Hall and Brannon to the left side. That's into the Savage boundary here. That's flag to the right. Now circle motion. Neal comes back. They'll fake it. Graydon wants to throw it. Same play back to Neal. He's got it again at the 5-yard line into the end zone. Same play, same result. That's a Savage touchdown.
That was just beautifully executed. You saw the hesitation, Hal looking to this side, and then just turns, looks to the opposite side, and hits him in stride over the shoulder. Perfect pass, great catch, great route, touchdown Broken Bow.
What a precision drive it was, and the only thing they would have liked to have done differently was not leave 3 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock.
Well, yeah, with the way the defense is playing.
They started that drive with under 5 minutes already, and it still has more than 3 minutes on the clock, and they went all the way down the field 85 yards.
Wow.
Here's Gadiel Zaragoza. The kick is up, and it's true. 36-14, the Savages have really put it on here tonight. 5 touchdowns in the books already. And, you know, I'll put it this way, Chris. When I saw that newspaper predicting 42-17, and our room is, between a couple of football coaches.
Yeah, we're talking about at the high school.
At the high school, yeah. And we're talking about, and all of us had the same response to that. It was like, wow, I don't think they should do that. Don't challenge. Yeah, don't put that out there. I mean, let us, predict us to win, but let's make it a tight game. Don't insult the Bulldogs, because that's a tradition that, they're going to play hard. Yeah. But look at where we're at, 36-14.
In the first half.
Yeah, in the first half, yeah.
Yeah, just tremendous. That was some tremendous execution. Let's talk about the execution. The execution by this offense continues to improve as the season goes on and on. As I mentioned, no false starts this time, and the Savages are just hitting on all cylinders, precision passing, tough running, and that's Snooty Neal with his second receiving touchdown out of the backfield.
That's right. Well, it's exactly the same play. It just was drawn up. Well, no, yeah, it was drawn up the other side.
Yeah, they flipped it to the other side.
Yeah. Zaragoza kicks it away, 26-yard line on the run. Looking for some blocking, cuts it back to the middle of the field. Savages can't contain him, cuts straight up the field and turns on the Jets from west to east. Penalty marker comes in at the end of the play, thrown in on top of the arrowhead as the tackle is made at about the 44-yard line. And we'll await the indication here. It looks like the referee gets the indication. It is a personal foul, face mask against the Savages.
Wow.
That's going to be 15 on the end of it. So step off from the 44 all the way down into Savage territory, and he should stop at the 41-yard line. They're going to put it right at the 40. So they gave us a 6-yard penalty earlier, and we've just given them a 16-yarder. So I guess that was that yard they got back.
Yeah. from the earlier.
Yeah, from earlier. I mean,
yeah.
He's keeping an IOU in his pocket. 36-14. That scoreboard is correct.
Yeah.
If you are surprised that there's 50 points on the board already, as I am, I really thought it would be a pretty good defensive game.
I thought it would be a lot of running by Snooty Neal, but those maybe a couple of chunk plays, more of those 5 or 6 yarders. But Bromo has opened up the passing game with him coming out of the backfield. They have really, in fact, there's only one incompletion thus far.
Here we go with the Bulldogs in Savage territory, 40 yards away. Play action fake, throwing the football across the middle, throws it short. They had to look up over as the defensive linemen were there with their hands up, and he had to almost jump in the air to throw the football.
Yeah, that was Jackson Porter there with the hands in the face, and that is a technique that they have been taught to do. And, again, this is a well-coached football team defense preventing those over-the-middle passes, those short over-the-middle passes.
Incompletion stops the clock, 3:05 left first half. 36-14. Is our score, and the Bulldogs would like very much to get some points because they know they're going to have to kick to Broken Bow to open the second half.
Watch misdirection on
Here's
this.
Brown, straight drop back. Pressure coming, containment. Now they'll flip it out, tipped up into the air, and now an open field tackle. Man, that was a great play defensively, but the defender knocked it straight up in the air and gave the receiver an actual chance to catch it.
Well, and as a result, they caught it. That's another reception for negative yards as Copatrick came in, leveled him, threw him down about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and so that is a reception. Well, it's 1 yard. They have it marked back a yard, but still, that's a tackle for loss on a pass. Good reaction by the Savage secondary, and again, a tip at the line of scrimmage by a lineman or linebacker getting their hands up.
Clock on the move, 2:28 left before halftime. Brown dropping back, now he'll keep it. Straight ahead, 40, turns it outside 35, puts on the speed to the 30, 25, and then slides down inside the red zone at about the 17-yard line. A great play by Keyshawn Brown. Stops the clock with 2:18 left, move the chains. The Bulldogs in the red zone, first down, and they're trying to get some points before halftime.
Brown, that was a call play, I think, Skip. I don't think
absolutely.
that was ever going to be a pass.
No, it was absolutely a call.
You saw the acceleration by Brown on that play, and I'm not sure about the decision to slide down. Of course, I'm not down the field, but I thought he might have a chance of getting in the end zone.
So the Broken Bow Savages will take the first of their allotted timeout. We're going to take one with them. 36-14 is our score. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go before halftime. Back with more Savage football right after this.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Welcome back to the Rock. One of the opportunities here to play it in its the original confines. We got, hopefully, the way we're going tonight, we're going to get another chance to play one last time before we do any kind of remodel to the place.
Yeah, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Blanchard Weatherford game, and again, if it's Broken Bow, it will be here at the Rock, this historic building, which built in 1938, 39, and 40, dedicated in 41 by the Works Progress Administration, and so been home for the Savage football for 80 plus years.
Bulldogs with a first down inside the red zone. The quarterback again on that design draw play, fakes the lead across like a belly lead outside, and then just tucks the football and tries the right edge. But the Savages had gave him no opportunity there.
No, they're reading him now. Now again, this is about the situation and about the distance where they threw that touchdown on the flag route earlier.
Where they used
post route, sorry, and they used the ref as an extra blocker.
Used the back judge as an obstacle. Yeah. Minute 40, clock moving. Brown dropping back, looking across the middle, picked off by Broken Bow. On the run, here comes Cade Pratt, and still got a blocker in front. Down the sideline he goes, and he's out of bounds. The Savages will get another opportunity at the midfield stripe as Cade Pratt steps in, picks the football off, and gets the Savages in excellent field position. A minute 27 left to work with here before halftime, and a Savage 1st and 10.
Again, the Savage defense in the red zone or near the red zone responds 0 points and puts their team in position to score. Of course, the way this offense is going tonight, anywhere on the field is position to score for Broken Bow.
Now you'll see a different offense, the one that came down the field before, methodically trying to run time off the clock. Now this one will be acting very quickly with some urgency. With only a minute 27 left on the clock, they've got 2 timeouts to work with. They already have a 36-14 lead, and now they have the football in excellent field position thanks to Cade Pratt's interception.
And they have Graydon Howell, and he's going to be alone in the backfield. You may see him take off.
First turnover of the football game, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. Here's Graydon alone in the backfield. 4 receivers to the wide side and another one into the short boundary. Graydon dropping back, looking downfield, lots of time, works his way outside. Now pump fake, keeps her. 40-yard line and out of bounds. Just short of the 40, in fact. They'll call it the 41 officially. Stops the clock with a minute 19 left, and he's about a yard short, maybe less than a yard from the first down.
That was just that was good coverage. Again, they're dropping back about 7 people in coverage, which means you only have 4 to rush Graydon Howe. But
it was good protection, obviously. So I mean, we did our job. We had numbers, and we protect our quarterback. So
and we gained 9 yards.
We sure did. Here's Neal back in the backfield this time. 3 receivers in formation. Graydon rolling with Neal in front. Wants to throw it. Pressure. Eludes it. A penalty marker comes in. Still trying to find some room. Now he'll have to scramble and goes out of bounds. He's got the first down dependent upon the flag. 1:08 left here in the half. The clock stops out of bounds, and it's a holding call against the Savages. That's a spot foul. It's going to be marked from about the 47-yard line, and that'll take us all the way back into Savage territory near the 43 probably.
Well, I will hand it, again, we talked about what a great athlete, what a generational talent Graydon Howe is, but also because of his mental acuity and his field generalship, neither one of those plays resulted in Broken Bow having to call a timeout as he got out of bounds on both of them. And unfortunately, that run comes back and puts the Savages back further than they started this drive.
Yeah, just
in their own end of the field.
Just slightly, though. My math was bad on the penalty. It actually went back to the 49-yard line. Savages have to get to the 40 in Bulldog territory. That's the line to gain. 1:08 left, and this is second down. Here's motion, fake the jet sweep. They fire it outside. Good blocking. Here comes Dejan. That was an open room. First down yardage, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and then he's drugged down from behind inside the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 26-yard line. First down, Broken Bow, less than a minute to go.
Beautiful. I think it was a pump fake. I think that pump fake was to Neal, and then he turns the other way, hits Hall, and Hall follows blocking, moves the chains, and Savages are on the move inside the 30.
Savages hurrying up quickly on the ball. Graydon with the snap, rolling left, looking downfield, wants to throw it, fires it across the middle, and he just misses Khalil Flagg on a crossing route. Khalil flashed open, but Graydon was on the move and kind of had to Mahomes it through the linebackers there.
And you see Graydon throw it overarm, but you'll also see him sling it sidearm, especially those shorter passes across the line, not able to get that one out there. Keep in mind, he is a left-handed quarterback, so when he's running toward this side, it's a little more difficult for him to throw.
Incompletion stops the clock, 46 seconds left before the end of the first half. It is a second down and 10 now. Play clock is down to 10 seconds as the two backs make their way back into the lineup. They'll set with 4 seconds left, and Graydon will snap the football. Fake handoff. They'll fire it back out. This time Brannon has it. Tries to get some yardage, and he's brought down by the shoulder pad inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, and Broken Bow is going to have to take a timeout.
And they do. I think they're going to have to put another couple of seconds back on that clock, though. It looked like the timeout was whistled at about 39.
It was. It was 38.7 or so is where it probably should be. 36.4 is where they finally stopped it. 36-14. That's the score on the scoreboard. Oh, we got a penalty marker.
Oh.
There's a penalty marker on the field. I didn't even notice it until just now.
I didn't either. Dead ball.
The 23-yard line. So they're going to move it. That's stepping it back on us. So we're going to have to replay second down. We've got.
Hey. Here's a little bit of a.
So Broken Bow will have a timeout. We'll use the second of our allotted timeouts. We lose 5 yards on the penalty. It will be second down and 15 after the timeout.
Here's a little bit of a surprise.
What's that?
In the second quarter, it's Cushing 35, Hilldale 21. Hornets really have come on late in this season, and managed to get themselves not only just into a playoff game, but also taking on Cushing.
What's that young man's name? Is it Brady Smith that plays for them?
That's the quarterback?
That's number 7. Remember?
Yeah.
He's Hilldale's best football player, in my opinion. And he scored 3 touchdowns against us last year. This year we contained him really well. But he's a very, very good football player. I'm not surprised that they're able to generate offense.
And all 3 of those in that game may be him.
Could be. Savage is still in the huddle here, taking a lot of time discussing second down and 15. And so, we wound up losing the time on the clock and the timeout. We do still have 1 left, though. As Graydon and Neal make their way back out, they have not pushed the play clock. Now they do. Now the play clock starts to move. Game clock has stopped, so there's no rush here as Graydon and Snooty get back and set the offense. Graydon dropping back 3 steps, pressure from the outside, steps up into the pocket, now rolling to his left. Juke move to the outside, nowhere to go. 20-yard line, misses a tackler to the 25-yard line. I'm sorry, that was the 30, and now the Savages will have to use their final timeout of the half. 23.7 seconds left before halftime. And we've got another timeout on the field. Let's take another timeout as well. We'll be back with the action in just a moment.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
I'm ready. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium as the Savages huddle up, and one of our photographers is out there with them he's standing about 15 feet away with a 400 millimeter telephoto lens.
He's doing some diagnostic imaging there.
Yeah, he's checking for the cellular makeup.
Yeah, jeez. Appreciate it. And by the way, Landon is also the best cross-country runner and actually placed in many of the meets. Cross-country team had a great season this fall.
He did, absolutely. Landon Tweet, he's a senior, so his cross-country career is over, at least at Broken Bow it is. Here's Graydon with 23 seconds to work with. Firing the football towards the end zone. It's caught by Dejan Hall. That's a Savage touchdown, and the Savages are going to go in with points and come out and get the football.
And they have now scored the most points this season in the first half.
Wow.
40 was the previous record at Hilldale, and now they put 42 with a chance to add another one on the foot of Zaragoza. Man, what a shot that was across the middle. And I talked about it. I said we hadn't seen Hall catch a touchdown yet. Now we have.
You said the one thing that we hadn't saw was Howell to Hall, and now there it is. How far was that?
I was from, I think, the 30. No, sorry, the 20.
It came after that penalty. Zaragoza's kick is up, and he's got the 43rd point of the football game for Broken Bow.
25-yard.
25-yard touchdown pass from Graydon Howell to Dejan Hall, and the Savages are up on the Wagoner Bulldogs 43-14, and all of a sudden now that 57-7 debacle a couple of years ago starts to kind of reimagine itself down here in southeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, this is
I'm not taking any pleasure in it, even if it seems like I am.
Well, I tell you, anytime you can beat a program like the Wagoner Bulldogs, again, not quite the program they were when Coach Cotting was there, but again, great tradition there. But this is a performance by Broken Bow in all aspects of the game.
No, I was going to say, how good is that offensive line playing? How well is Graydon Howell throwing the football?
Oh, man, I think he has now 2 incompletions.
This is a highlight reel right here. Like, this is what happens when the playoffs count. 18.5 seconds still on the clock, first half. And the Savages will kick it away. High kickoff going towards the sideline, and it's going to go well out of bounds.
That was
Braden Jackson with a beautiful fair catch.
at the track, at what would have been lane 6 in the old track.
Right. Nice catch there. So they'll take the football at the 35-yard line. Unless they want Broken Bow to back up 5 and kick it again, they can make them do that. It looks like they've got the offense in the huddle over there. They don't need any more time. They need that 18.5 seconds if they got any chance at all. So they'll take the ball 35, first and 10.
And now you have to do again. Well, they have 1 timeout left, and so they could get down and then have a shot at the end zone if they get a chunk play on this. But really, Broken Bow just needs to play prevent. Don't let them get behind you. Don't let them get to the corner.
Looks like Murphy in the game at defensive tackle with Jackson Porter this time.
And Howell in at basically
free safety.
Deep safety, deep free safety. He's at midfield.
Center field. Here we go. Jet sweep trying the left side. Savages with good angle. They'll corral him.
Inbounds.
About an 8-yard gain, but he's going to be tackled inbounds, and that's probably it for the first half. Nobody's going to use a timeout here. Savages don't have any, and that'll do it. Time will expire, and the Savages will post a 43-14 lead over the Wagoner Bulldogs. Chris, that was a dominating performance outside of a couple of plays that we gave up defensively there. One play that was obviously or what am I trying to say?
Right,
we had our defense in place. They just had a mismatch on us as well.
Yeah, they had a mismatch on one, and then we let them get to the corner on an outside past the secondary, which when we talk about outside contain means you have to contain them, force them back inside. You don't let them get to the corner because you're the outside man. We made that mistake. But offensively, that was a clinic.
It was. It really was. And, you have to play this well at this level when you get to this part of the season. And, you go back to the great teams that Broken Bow had in the past. That was always the thing. I mean, you win your district and you get a chance to play 2 at home to get you to the semifinals, but you have to play this type of precision football in order to do it. You start with 32 teams in the classification, you play 10 games and eliminate half of them, and then every week from now on you eliminate half every time you play. And so you want to not have to check out your basketball sneakers? You better play like the Savages just did in the first half.
That was tremendous. Just every aspect of that offense moving the ball down the field. Well, you're right. That was one punt, and that was when we got a penalty that put us back behind the chains. But otherwise, we are moving the ball. We're using our weapons. We're having great protection and good downfield blocking. We're running chunk plays. We got Snooty Neal picking up yards, and we got Hal throwing strikes and running with his feet and with his arm, moving Broken Bow up and down the field. And again, this is the most points. This is a great final score for a lot of teams, 43 points. That's on a pace to put up 86 if you look at it that way in a full game.
It's honestly, it's at the pace that the Savages come out and take the first kickoff down the field and score, and they put 50 on the board. You kind of are asking about a running clock, aren't you, at that point?
I think so, yeah. I think that's a mismatch.
So we've got a lot of time to kill here at the half. There's a 20-minute half. Nobody performs. Like no cheerleaders, no dance team, no band. So, I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about.
Well,
you got something to talk about.
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about that one first. We're going to talk about we have the second part of the Mav Factor.
The Mav Factor.
We've completed. We remember last he'd already exceeded the record that Broken Bow as far as points, touchdowns scored and stuff, or was close to breaking it last week, and we did.
Single game, single season, both. They broke both single game record and the single season record.
70 points in a single game, the most in the history, the long storied history of Broken Bow football, the most points ever scored. Well, now we've updated those stats, and so in a second year, in the regular season, 4,656 yards. That's incredible offensive output, averaging 44 points per game. But then also, if you look at what they did, they needed 35 to tie 36 points to break the record, and they did it. You got to hand it to them. They came out and put enough points on the board to break it by 431, the previous record. This is now the most productive regular season a Broken Bow team has ever had scoring-wise. 432 points, nonstop. They just keep going. They just keep going. And again, tonight, they have that averaging 44 points a game. They've almost got that in the first half against a good Wagoner team, against a playoff team.
Absolutely, against the playoff team. This is one of those seasons that's kind of offensively you get a taste for what Maverick does with this offense. And tonight in this first half, what you saw was his ability to keep that team off balance. We saw a set tonight with those doubles over on that wide side, and then he flipped it to the other side, and both times they were very productive with that. We saw him take advantage of the zone mismatch with Snooty Neal, where Graydon comes back. They know they have to contain him. They come in, the edge comes in and contains and sets down, and Graydon has a choice. Either step between them and try to find space, or just backpedal and buy time and give Snooty a chance to get open out in the flat. That worked beautifully both times for a touchdown. The second time, Snooty was covered a little better, but Graydon laid the ball in perfectly and allowed him to get another touchdown into the end zone.
And keep in mind, he's a running back, but Snooty Neal is 6'2".
Yeah.
He's a big target out there, and that's the thing is you've got those big targets running. You lay it over the shoulder, and he is fast. Once he gets out of the back, coming out of the backfield, he's already up to top speed. And so unless you are step to step with him when he hits the line of scrimmage, he's going to get past you. And again, Graydon can put the ball right on the money, lay it over his shoulder, and it resulted in 2 touchdowns for Broken Bow.
What else you got over there to talk about? I like that. That's interesting. We'll kill a little time here before we.
Yeah, well, let's go revisit this because we talked about in the pregame, Graydon Howell, and what a tremendous 10-game season. So that's a Yeah, we've got.
Okay. So we're going to stay right here for a minute.
Yeah, I'll just.
Still 11 minutes. I tell you what, Chris, you entertain the folks while I.
Well, I'll try. I'll talk about. I'm going to put that graphic back up, though. Just talk about what a tremendous job Maverick Lang has done. I mentioned, and we talked about this last week, about how he had already established what was likely going to be an improvement over an incredible 44-18 total offense in 2024. Did that with a victory over Poto. And look at those. Look at the progression in it. You averaged 26 points per game in the first year, 2024, and averaging 43 this year through 10 games. We have 43 on the board in the first half. This offense keeps getting better and better. And the precision with which they play against, again, it's Wagoner. They're not one of those state championship Wagoner teams, but this is a playoff team, And Bergamo still rolling up the points on those guys. Again, I don't know if we had a chance to really. We talked a little bit about Cade Pratt, but we didn't have an opportunity to fully discuss just how good he is at making impact. And, man, he has really made one tonight. Of course, a stat that is not on there. In addition to his 31 tackles for loss, he has at least 2 tonight, so that advanced that to 33. But we don't have interceptions, and he had one, a big one, because it was in the red zone. With the Bulldogs driving, looked like they might put some points on the board and have a little momentum, and instead, Cade Pratt picked the ball off and took it all the way to midfield. And after that, Savages managed to stick it into the end zone with 18.5 seconds left. And so really just dominance. That's the word that best describes the way that Broken Bow has played thus far tonight. We'll take a quick break and have some words from our sponsors, and then a little halftime music. We still have about almost 10 minutes, and then when we come back, we'll look at what we expect in the second half, as well as give you some scores from around 4A4 statewide and see who the winner of this game is going to play. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
We all have stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
We all have stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. with help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Broken Bow Savages putting on an offensive clinic tonight. 43-14, they lead the Wagoner Bulldogs. It's a district champion against a 4 seed from District 3, so you would want to expect it to be a blowout, but when it's Wagoner involved, you don't make that an expectation. But the Savages have taken care of business, and they're going to get the football to open this half. And we are looking at they beat us by a 50-point margin last time we played, and if the Broken Bow Savages go down and score and kick an extra point, we would have a 50-point margin. Oh, no, that's
well,
not
we'd have
right.
50.
Right. Yeah.
We'd have 50 points.
You would have 50 points.
Yeah,
right.
But the way that this offense is playing, you could. I mean, I said the first half, you score 43 points in one half, you're on the pace to score 86.
Right. Let's talk about our media partners and our banner sponsors, Chris, that are helping to bring these broadcasts live to our audience. I mean, it's one thing to actually have a live stream, but it's another thing to have it completely sponsored by the businesses in town that want this to happen for our fans and for our team and for our school.
Servicemen overseas, we get a lot of calls from those, or not calls, but texts for those saying thanks, appreciate you, and really those media partners, the 5 that you see on the scoreboard tonight.
And we look at the analytics afterwards, and we can see how many people were watching us all at the same time, how many tuned in and out during the night. We have a very, very big audience. And the Savages, because the Savages are putting a good product on the field, it's easy to have. People want to tune in and watch.
They are putting a good product on the field, and that product is Savage football, man. That is, this is Savage football. This is reminiscent of those great teams.
So let's thank those
over our careers.
Let's thank those media partners. You've got the Broken Tiki, who obviously are there every time that we ask for them. They are a wonderful sponsor and have a really great business, a concession business there on Broken Bow Lake. You've got Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance. She is so involved with the school, plus provides great business, great service from State Farm Insurance.
Yeah, it was
there in Broken Bow out on South
Park.
Park.
I believe was participated in the Game of Life for the seniors
that
are graduating. Yeah, I appreciate
that.
Got
the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma Together We're More campaign, and again, everyone is certainly familiar with the contributions that the Choctaw Nation makes. I saw our councilman Tony Ward down at the concession stand earlier, had a little chat with him.
Member of the state championship,
absolutely.
1989 team.
Very proud Savage. There you have, who am I leaving out? McCurtain County National Bank. They bought 500 seats tonight, besides helping put it on the live stream. So they really are putting people in Savage, making Savage fans out of folks. And downtown Broken Bow, the Merchants Association in downtown Broken Bow, teaming up with one another and revitalizing that downtown economic district. We're proud to have them on board with us as well. We have 3 banner sponsors as well, Chris, the folks whose banner rotates as we watch the game. And we've got the Arklahoma Pools and Spas.
And Outdoors.
But it's Pools, Spas, and Outdoor Designs is Arklahoma. So I guess
they're going north toward Hochatown, and it'll be on the left side of the road. And they are
new installs, repairs. I mean, anything that they can take care of for you with pools, spas, landscaping.
I think the Bub again is actually I think he actually works for him. And of course, that's Calegan's dad, and he's a senior on this football team. Having a great game tonight, great season, part of this football game, as well as next to Oklahoma. There is going to be the venue.
Crystal Forest venue, yeah. So anything if any event that you have, they actually have lodging on site. They've got a kitchen facility there that you can utilize. So I mean, that is really a wonderful opportunity between Hochatown and Broken Bow. I mean, you're gonna, if you go north, that you're gonna have traffic involved, but they are right there behind Mountain Man Meat Market, so they're just up the road a ways, and a great place to host a venue. And then last but certainly not least, IC Fitness. And
if you go south, you'll see IC Fitness.
Right, that's true. Yeah, you're going the other direction. IC Fitness, that's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week gymnasium. They're down there just South Park Drive, just outside of, just down past Pratt Veterinary Clinic.
The Pratt Veterinary Clinic. And the old fireworks stand, storage things across the street on Craig Road.
They have personal training available there as well, personal trainers to help get you back, get you fit on again. So check them out. IC Fitness, proud to have those guys with us this year as well. All these great banner sponsors who contribute to our ability to bring the social media and the live stream to you during football season. Hey, look at that. Let's do that. Take a look at this wonderful old stadium.
Wow.
Here they are, the Savages coming on to the field earlier tonight. Let's see what that says.
Shot. That was a tremendous drone shot.
Mark Thomas is our drone operator there.
Appreciate
How about that? Yeah, that's terrific.
And they came on and they performed superbly, throwing 43 points on the board in the first half. Have an opportunity to add to that as they are receiving the ball.
Savages with a return unit on the field to open the second half. 43-14, they lead the Wagoner Bulldogs, and they'll get the ball on offense. The ball is fielded on the move to the 30, 35, and Isaiah Fields will take it out of bounds at the 37-yard line. The Savage offense will take over to open this second half, Chris, and I'm sure we'll see the starters at least the first series or two.
Oh, yeah, you come out and you reestablish that momentum. You make sure that you know that you don't, when you have somebody down like you do, 43-14, you don't want to give them a chance to get back in the ball game, and so you want to have that first unit come on, drive down, put the ball in the end zone, have your first defensive. In fact, the first defensive unit will probably stay on until late.
They may play the whole game,
or late in the fourth quarter at least.
I think we might play the ones on defense all night. Yeah,
and just prevent them from getting back in the game. I mean, you lose, you're done.
It is the first, the original 5 offensive linemen back in the game. Howell at quarterback, Neal in the backfield. They'll give Neal the football. Cuts it backside. One open field, pushes him down to the 35, and then steps up out of bounds near the 39-yard line as Snooty Neal uses a stiff arm and a nifty foot move to get some positive yardage.
Well, that's the Heisman pose, and he's looking like a Heisman winner tonight. Man, he showed his strength on that one as he just shoved I think that was an outside linebacker coming to try to tackle him, and he bit the dust at the end of Snooty's stiff arm.
McDaniel in the middle. Shomo on the left side, along with Lucas Curry. That's Sonny Freeman and Aiden Hammonds on the right side in your O-line. That's A.J. Brannon, the tight end, left side. Trip set to the wide side of the field, pistol formation. Fake handoff, fires it out. Khalil Flagg has it with some blockers in front, tries the tunnel screen, first down yardage, and up near midfield to the 49-yard line. Stop the clock with 11:42 left, third period. Move the chains. The Savages have opened the second half with a 1st and 10.
Look at the precision again. We talk about that word, but on that, the fake, and right after the fake, Braden Howell throws it out there. Flagg takes it, and a good run. Nice finish by Flagg to get the first down.
They'll bring the H-back in and run a double tight look this time. 3 receiver set. Movement up front. Well, the Bulldog, that helmet went right over the top of the football. He didn't get the flag, but that was a nice hard count there, and Graydon this time will snap it. This time he's the keeper, follows the running back, but nowhere to go. They'll pile him up and push him back, but they'll give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was well defended as Graydon Howell loose is a scary prospect, and so they reacted. I think, they're definitely watching to make sure he doesn't have the football, and when they see him, they close in.
Yeah, you see what you see on the coaching there is the containment. They're stepping up and then just turning and looking at him.
And turning and not going after him.
No, they're not chasing him. They're just turning and looking at him and then saying, okay, what are you going to do? And then he does what he does, and he usually gets positive yardage. That time he didn't, so that's a little bit of a win for him.
But not 67.
Yeah, 10:35 left, clock on the move, third period. Here's Graydon with the football. Wants to fire it outside. Dejon has it at midfield, 45. Slips through the would-be tacklers, and he's up close to the line to gain. I think he has it. In fact, stop the clock, move the chains. 10:27 left, third period. First down, Broken Bow.
It's so fast. It's so fast, that play developing. They snap the ball. There's a play action, and immediately off that play action, the ball is out. Before the back even clears the line of scrimmage, the ball is out of Graydon Howell's hand and out to Hall on the wing, and then Hall does the rest. He's already moving when he catches it, and as a result, Savages are moving the chains, and that's tough to stop.
Savages add a back to the backfield and take a receiver out of the formation. Flag comes off. Meddock goes on. He and Pratt are to the right side of the offense this time. Pistol set. Neal's going to try the power side. Gets a block out front. Now he's got problem in the backfield. Turns the corner anyway and still gets 3 yards.
And again, used the stiff arm to keep the back. He kept the tackler away from his body, able to buy himself a couple of yards. I mean, that was good lateral pursuit by the Bulldogs, but because of Snooty Neal's speed and size and strength, he's still able to turn it into positive yardage.
2nd down and 7. Flag goes back into the lineup. Meddock comes off the field. They'll bring Dejon Hall and put him in the split left. In the slot. He's actually in the slot formation there, but he is the split receiver because he'll be the one on the line of scrimmage. A.J. out here on the outside is actually a back.
This may be a new play. They're discussing it out on the field.
Here comes Graydon rolling left. Got some pressure in the backfield. He'll flip the football out. It's caught by, that is Flag. I think this is going to be an ineligible receiver downfield because I think Brannon stepped up and covered Dejon, and then both of them went out. As soon as Graydon threw the football, they threw the flag.
And if he's inside him on the line of scrimmage, that makes him ineligible on that play.
So that's going to be, it is an ineligible receiver against Broken Bow, so they're going to lose 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. No, he steps off 5 yards.
Well, and again, Skip, I think that is a new wrinkle. I think that's a new play they put in the playbook. That's why they were discussing it. And so, a little run.
Well, I don't understand what they did because they lined up right. And I even was saying it. That's Dejon in the slot. So when A.J. moved up, I was a little surprised there. Now A.J. is in the slot. They'll go with the H-back and flip power to the wide side of the field. Graydon will roll in that direction. He wants to throw the football. Still moving. Now they've got him in the backfield, and he fires the football in the direction of A.J. Brannon. Incompletion, unless they whistled him dead. They have not thrown a flag. They're talking to one another. Incompletion will stop the clock with 9:25 left, third period.
There is
A.J. Brannon was 3 steps from the football when it hit the ground, so there's no doubt there was a receiver there.
Yeah, well, and there is no in-the-grasp rule in high school football. He's either still active or he's down, and they didn't blow the whistle, so he wasn't tackled.
Incomplete. Goes back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll play third down. 43-14 is our score. The Savages dominating the first half. And now they have the football, third down, and about, what do you say, Chris, 13 and a half?
It looks like a long 13. The first stick is at the 41-yard line, and the line of scrimmage is the 44, so I'd say 13. I'd say they're 3 yards outside the chains on this play. Bulldogs doing a much better job of defending Graydon Howell thus far in this second half.
Graydon letting the play clock run, but the game clock is stopped. So they're just down to 3 seconds here, and now he gets the snap. Straight drop back, stepping up. Looks like he wants to throw it still. Scrambles out, fires the football out. Brannon has it. 35-yard line, steps out of bounds at the 34.
That's going to be 4-down territory for Broken Bow.
Got to be, you betcha. So they said he just stepped across the 35-yard line, and that's where he went out of bounds. The line to gain, to Chris's point earlier, is the 31 of 3.5 yards here on 4th down. They need, let's call it a short 4 yards. 4th and 4.
A short 4.
Short 4.
Is that an old engine block for like a 1938 Ford or something?
I don't know. No.
A straight 5 is what I'm thinking of.
I don't know about that. Here we go. Cade Pratt to the right side. Graydon rolling in that direction. Now he'll throw the football out.
Complete.
It's caught, and that's first down.
That is once again Flag.
A pitch and catch from Graydon Howell to Kalel Flag. And the clock stops with 9:11 left for the third period, and the Savages with another first down and 10, this time just outside the 20-yard line.
That ball was right on the money, and a good Flag, smart catch. He went basket, caught it right past the line of scrimmage, didn't worry about running after it. He was already past the line to gain, and so Savages convert on 4th down.
My mistake, that's the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock moving with 8:55 left. Graydon lets it get under 10, hands it off, stretch play. Snooty on the run, 25, 20, turns outside, stiff arm and out of bounds. Inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line. That's enough for another Savage first down.
Well, and they are doing a good job defensively against Howell, keeping him outside. But Snooty Neal looks like he is running downhill on him. I mean, he is not even touched until he's 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. That was good blocking and a good job of field vision by Neal.
8:45 left. Clock stops on the out of bounds. And the Savages looking for the play. They can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. Looking to the sideline here. The clock is not moving, so I'm not sure what they're doing with taking so much play clock. They're going to have to use a timeout. I really don't understand this strategy, because I could understand it if the game clock was moving, but it's not. 8:45 left, third period, 43-14. That's a Savage timeout. We'll take one, too. This is Savage football. We'll be back in just a moment.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Playoff football in Southeast Oklahoma. The 4A4 champions and the 4 seed from District 3 playing here tonight. Savages on the move inside the red zone again. Here's we open the second half. Graydon Howe takes the snap, hands it to Snooty Neal. Lead play, still running, breaks through, and into the end zone. Snooty has another Savage touchdown.
13 yards, just straight off tackle, and he just kept going.
They take the opening possession of the second half. They had points going into the locker room. They get points coming out of the locker room, and they are an extra point away from putting a half 100 on the board.
Nothing fancy. That was just great blocking and strong running. He broke a couple of tackles, and Wagner looks a little disheartened at this point.
I think I was going to make that point a moment ago that they look like they're dragging a little bit here, a little bit demoralized. 8:37 left, third period. Saragossa makes it 50 for the Broken Bow Savages. 50-14 is our score. Let's take another commercial break. Back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Well, it's always a good sign when you've only had one possession in the second half and some of the home crowd is packing up and headed out of the stadium. That's not always a good sign.
That's not always a good sign.
I misspoke there. That's not always a good sign, but it is tonight. It's a sign that this game is well in hand for Broken Bow. 50-14 is a score that a lot of folks like me, I didn't expect it. I don't know if I talked to Kel Ginn's father on the way up the steps a moment ago, and we agreed. We didn't know whether we had underestimated the Broken Bow Savages or overestimated the Wagoner Bulldogs, but this is a one-sided football game.
Well, I tell you, one of the keys to winning and having a championship-level team is peaking at the right time. Savages are certainly doing that. They're playing, that's out of bounds. They're playing their best football here through the tough part of district play and in the playoffs. This is a great offensive effort, and the defense is just coming up with play after play.
And, Maverick said that probably the best thing that could have happened to him was the Sallisaw loss.
Yeah.
Turn the ball over in the red zone a couple of times and have some miscues that cost you a football game.
Got sloppy.
Yeah, and then you turn on the Jets here in the second half, and you put Ada Cougars and the Poto Pirates at rest, and now here the Wagoner Bulldogs. You get a chance to play again next week in your home stadium in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's it. Ada, Poto, and Wagner. That sounds like that's a murderer's row in 4A most years, and the Savages have handled them. Oh, there's a hit.
Big play again by the Savage defenders. A tackle for loss in the backfield. Loss of about 3 yards, in fact. It'll be second down and 13.
I think that's the 40th tackle for loss for Pratt this season.
Really an impressive performance on both sides of the football tonight. Try to find the scoreboard here and give us something to talk about. It's always tough killing time on a one-sided game.
Well, it's, again, Savages, I like that they're still playing with the same intensity.
They've got Brown with the football. He's going to try to air it deep. He's got an open receiver who has beaten our defensive back, and he's going to outrun him as well. How about that? Just like that, they're in the end zone. And once again, our cornerback.
Wow, that was a 65-yard touchdown pass.
Touchdown, Wagner.
So the Wagoner Bulldogs strike on one play. And I talk about a one-sided football game, and there's nothing that'll wake you up any more than just a first play from scrimmage, and you give up. You get burnt like bad toast.
And that's it. Yeah, and that's one of the things, especially when in this position, all you got to do is don't get burnt deep. If they give up that short route, go ahead. Make them earn it. Make them take time off the clock. Don't give them a quick strike, and that was as quick as they come.
The extra point on the way here for the Bulldogs, trying to go to 21. Kick is up. Boy, that's a high one, but it's through the uprights. 50-21, the Savages lead. So both teams now have had the ball once in the second half, and both teams have 7 points here in the second half. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Seven minutes, 52 seconds left, third period. The Savages have given up a quick strike touchdown on a well-thrown football. Again, you got to give it up for Keyshawn Brown as the quarterback here. He really is a dangerous runner, but he's also an extremely talented passer.
And a well-run route.
Yeah, it was a well-run route.
And this is not, as I said, they're a playoff football team. They have some skilled kids that can burn you deep. And Savages just got caught looking on that play.
Deshaun Jordan is having a big night for them in a losing cause so far, but still, here's the onside kick. That's a high bounce. Boy, that was well done. The Savages also, it was well done by Broken Bow. Who is that waited on? That's Clay. Yeah, Brian Clay waited on the football, let it come to him, went up and got it, and covered it up. The Savages have it in excellent field position at their own 47-yard line, first down and 10.
So one of the things that does, we talked about how long do you leave the ones in. Well, now, there's still a lot of football left to play. And over 15 minutes left in this game. And so you're going to have actually almost 20 minutes left. And so you're going to have the ones in there because now it's a, 4-score game. And so you're going to have that first unit offense trying to go down and put more points on the board.
Savages with 3 receivers in formation. They've got an H-back to the left side. Now Graydon will send flag in motion from right to left. Toss, power sweep. 50-yard line, cutting up, breaks the tackle to the 45, still running to the 40, pushing people all the way down, 37-yard line.
But John Halls turned around and looked at a flag at the 50 and held his hands out, so he was stock blocking. I think he's going to get called for a hold, and that's going to bring that play back.
Penalty flag there at the 49. It's going to be holding against Broken Bow. Be 10 yards from that spot, and they'll replay first down, but it was across the line of scrimmage by a couple of yards, so it'll be first and about 18.
It should be.
He moves it to the 38, between the 38 and 39-yard line.
So it was a spot foul after all.
Yeah. But it was a 9-yard penalty nonetheless, so first and 19, I'm going to call it.
The game clock's still running.
It sure is. Graydon watches it tick down, then takes the snap, hands it to Snooty. 40-yard line, 45, one man to beat, still on his feet. 40 to the 35, and he's drug out of bounds from behind by the linebacker, who did a good job of not giving up on the play and finally caught Neal, but not before he rumbles all the way down to the Bulldog 30-yard line and sets the Savages up with a new first and 10.
Finally caught Neal. You don't have that very often. And another great run by Snooty Neal, picking up that, again, first and 19. It doesn't matter to Neal as he just rambled for about 30 yards.
Clock on the move, 7:10 left, third period. Savages on the move as well, still churning her with the first-team offense here, and they've moved it all the way back down to the 30. They'll line up with 3 receivers in formation. Graydon rolling right, pitches the ball back inside, and Cade Pratt has it. They've got Cade by the jersey, and they finally will get him down. And once again, that outside, that monster back, number 25, did a good job of just kind of staying with it. He couldn't really tackle him by himself, but he slowed him down enough to get some friends in.
Yeah, kind of like a leg chain. He just slowed him down where he couldn't get up to speed and held on for dear life and prayed for help, and they got there. Pursuit finally got to him, but not before he gained 8 yards.
Yeah, we'll give Pratt 8 on the reception. It's second down and 2. Game clock moves to 6:20 left here in the third period. Play clock down under 10. Graydon takes the snap, gives Snooty another try. Inside the 25 to the 20, and he's stacked up at the 20-yard line, but he's inside the 20. That's enough. That was the line to gain. Clock will stop with 6:11 left third period. The chains will move and the Savages will have another first down and 10.
I would say that was Snooty looking for green on that, but it's actually gold at this point as the grass is well into November. But that was nice as he saw that the outside was sealed off, and so he cut it back inside, got what he could, and moved the chains. Good job, Snooty Neal, going where the hole is, not where it was designed to be.
It's kind of like there's a sepia tone filter
yeah.
on the stadium right now.
Lovely golden haze.
Golden fields of gold. Graydon in the pistol. Gives it to Neal one more time. He's met in the backfield, pushes the defender off of him, and, man, they give it to the Bulldogs. I mean, they continue to come after you. As Snooty fighting for everything he could get there, and he had 52, 54, 25, 10. I mean, they were all taking shots at him.
Yeah, and I mean, he is a bruiser. He's taking shots as well, but it shows the strength and durability of Snooty Neal. As I say that, they're bringing him off as he did take a
they got Patrick in there really quickly. One thing you'll notice is if you look at that Wagoner defense, you see the same numbers that you see when you see the Wagoner offense. And that's not something you see with the Savages. Savages do have a few guys that play on both sides of the ball, but not many. Graydon in the pistol again, this time Cole Patrick behind him in the backfield. Clock under 5 minutes left, third period. Fake. They'll fire it out. Dejan looking for a blocker. They've got him, and he's going to be stopped for a gain of about 2. From 2nd and 11, it'll go to 3rd down and 9.
That just gets back inside the chains, but once again, Savages in 4-down territory, now in the red zone. And so
it looked like that block right there that, again, when you get a couple of flags thrown for that kind of thing and you're a little tentative out there on the edge, you don't want to be penalized, but at the same time, you can't really let your defender get in and get to Dejan like that, so you got to make a choice. You got to block him and hope that they don't flag you for holding. Twin receivers left side, low snap. Graydon rolling that way. Now he'll reverse his field, throws it back across the field, and it's caught. Not quite enough for the first down, as that's Neal coming back across. And it will be 4th down. I think he needs a little more than 3 yards here. Let's call it 4. 4th and 4.
And that was a good reaction by Smith out there to get Neal down in the open field, because had he not, it would have been a touchdown, another touchdown for Snooty Neal.
Clock on the move, 3:45 left in the third period. Graydon quickly back up under center.
That was I think that was trying to get him offside.
It had to be, because we haven't seen him take a snap under center all year. I'm not even sure Josh knows to snap it that way. Here's Graydon dropping back. Pump fake, gets the defender off his feet. Now fires it across the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. That's Khalil Flagg. And a Broken Bow touchdown, 56 for the Savages.
4th down, and the Savages not only get the first down, but strike for a touchdown. Man, this offense is rolling, and Skip, we have now put 56 points on the board.
How about Graydon? Stepping back, pump fake, gets the backer up off his feet, steps over, sidearms it in between 2 linebackers, right at Khalil Flagg on a crossing route touchdown. I mean, if you're college recruiters, of course, he's got Power 4 offers. Let's be real. He's a D1 prospect, but that's a beautiful, beautiful pass. There's a wobbler. Did it get through? Nope, he missed it. Hit the scoreboard with it, in fact. So the first kind of miscue tonight on our point afters, and the Savages are back with 56 on the board. 56-21, 3:23 left, third period. Let's take a break. We'll be back with a kickoff right after this message.
We all have stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Broken Bow Savages are still in control of this football game. And we've had some things that make you kind of catch your breath that have happened to say, hey, we still got things to work on. But ultimately, we are clearly the better football team. And we've jumped out to a 56-21 lead over Wagoner with still some time left to play here in the third period. Hey, again, Chris, let's talk again about this game day competition coming up for the cheerleaders. When we get a chance again, remind me, bring that back up. Let's talk about that again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There it goes, his kick. Deep kick, A couple of guys fighting for it, and number 9 winds up with it. And down he goes. Brian Clay finishing him off, but that was a nice stop. Looked like
Mason Mays.
Mason Mays getting him okay.
Got in his legs and held on, kept him from going anywhere, really. There's one of the things that you got to watch now. I mean, it's still the third quarter, but you've got a considerable lead. It is a 35-point lead. So, and you expect they're out of time. This is their season. They lose, they're done. They are going to try to throw it deep again. They have beat Broken Bow deep on a couple of routes. They're going to look for the same people, same receivers coming out, and you have to be aware of that. Do not let them get behind you. It's okay if they complete, 5, 10, 15-yard passes. Just don't give up a 60-yarder.
Here we go. 1st and 10, Wagoner Bulldogs. Savages making some shifts defensively there. They'll run the little jet sweep as a toss sweep, and the Savages will come up, and Isaiah Fields puts a shoulder into him. But a good gain that time as they did that little front toss on what ordinarily is really the design of a jet sweep, but he didn't hand him the ball. He tossed it to him.
Yeah, and he came in motion, running full speed, and just tried to use that head start of movement to get to the corner. Got there, but Savage's lateral pursuit got there as well, and so just a short gain. It looked like about 3.
Yeah, we'll call it 3. 2nd and 7. Football at the 30-yard line. Savages rushing 4 up front. Still going with 3 backers and 4 DBs. Here's a penalty marker coming in. There's a false start.
That's going to be a false start. Yeah, that was a little miscommunication.
Jimmy Brown back in the game at defensive tackle on the left side. Jackson Porter is number 55 there on the right side. Boy, that middle is really, along with Tyjon Murphy tonight, they really have plugged things up and played extremely well, giving Wagoner nothing to work with in the middle of the field. Edge rushers are Cale Ginn and Bentley Brown. They've done a good job of keeping Kayshawn Brown inside the pocket. The backers have done a good job of finishing the plays. I mean, that forcing unit really has played well. And there they are again with 7 in the box. Now they'll go motion to the outside. Brown's going to keep it and try the left side. Misses one tackler, and wow, a great open field tackle. That's Brian Clay. Who is that?
I think
Who was that?
That's
Cole Patrick
coming up from the strong safety position.
Yeah. Okay, Cole Patrick making the stop.
Yeah, he got loose from Porter. Porter kind of had him, but Porter was behind him, and he used his strong legs to pull loose. But then Patrick came up and just hit him right in the waist. Form tackled him, knocked his legs out from under him, brought him down. That's a tackle for loss, by the way.
It is a tackle for loss. Outside the chains, 3rd down, and we'll say 11. And when your strong safety is getting a TFL, that's a pretty good play. The defense is playing pretty well.
Yeah, and it was way outside, so that was a good reaction.
Wagoner looks to the sideline, fake the reverse play. Now he wants to throw the ball deep. Going the same play they scored on earlier. He's got it again, and once again they've got a touchdown.
I think there may be a flag back there. Nope.
No, there's no flag on the field.
Same play, same result, and that's it. You just can't let them get behind you like that.
I mean, it's pretty much a mirror image of the one we saw before here.
Yeah. I mean, that can come back to bite you when your offense isn't putting up 50-plus points. I mean, that's a long play.
I don't know who's winning between Blanchard and Weatherford, but they're going to look at this film and say if there's a vulnerability, we think we know where it's at.
Well, it's Weatherford right now. It's 13-6. That's the last score that was posted, and so let's double. Yep. Oh wow, Weatherford running away with it now, 28-7 in the 4th. So Weatherford Eagles.
63-yard touchdown pass from Kayshawn Brown. Extra point, dead center. And the Savages have surrendered 4 touchdowns now to the Wagoner Bulldogs in 3 periods of play. 2:15 left in the 3rd period, 56-28 Broken Bow. Back with the kickoff in just a moment.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Savages, after an impressive offensive drive, give up another big strike touchdown. And the Wagoner Bulldogs, even though they're not really in striking distance, still, it's enough reason for concern when you give up those big types of plays like that. And we've seen that happen to the Savages throughout this season on occasion.
Yeah, and keep it up. Wow, this is huge. So 84 points already put on the board. We're still in the third quarter.
Here's a deep driving kickoff. Be backpedal and fielded by Fields, and he's going to stumble his way out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Clock will stop there with 2:12 left in the period, and the Savage offense will take over 75 yards away, 1st and 10. The first-team offense still on the field. Chris, we've got that cheer game day competition the Savage cheerleaders are moving to, and it's if you're not familiar with it, folks, it's set up it's a competition between these cheer squads, and we got a performance of it last week before the regionals. Valiant, Hayworth, Idabel, and Broken Bow, all the cheer teams performed at the sports complex in Broken Bow, and it's really an exciting event. And so,
very impressive choreography and very athletic moves by the cheer team. Here comes Snooty Neal.
Handoff on first down to Snooty Neal, who has first down yardage as a powerful carry. No, he doesn't either. This line judge is going to stop him. Short.
And that's a good call because his knee hit down before he fell forward.
Gotcha.
So it's where the ball was not yet past the marker when his knee struck the ground. Still a 9-yard carry on first down. That's pretty good.
Just to finish that previous thought there, we want to wish best wishes, good luck. Go get them. Take state. Hashtag.
Yeah, keep in mind that they have to drive up there after this game.
They do. They're on the sideline cheering, and then they'll have to go for their competition tomorrow. They don't start till about 3 in the afternoon. So here's Snooty with another. Oh, man, nice defensive play.
And
I hope he's okay.
No, his hand is hurt. I could tell he got a helmet on the hand at the end of that play.
That was a big hit from the inside. And Snooty's going to come out of the game here as Cole Patrick's quick to get in the huddle. Well, technically there's not a huddle, but.
Yeah, but Snooty doesn't want to come out, but he needs to. He needs to take care of that hand.
The official wants to talk to the coaching staff about something here. Not sure what's happening, but Maverick is listening intently. Yes, he is. Clock is stopped with 1:29 left, third period. He's pointing at Snooty. Not sure now. No, he's pointing at the score. He's pointing at the
sideline.
Listen. I saw that.
Oh, somebody's using a laser pointer.
No, I saw it earlier. There's a laser pointer.
There is someone in the audience using a laser pointer, and the game will not resume until that is taken care of. No, once again, someone is losing a laser pointer.
That's under the "don't be a jerk."
Absolutely, it is. I saw it earlier. I did. I saw the red dot on one of the players, and I was like, "What is that? Where's that?" I thought it was a reflection off of one of Wagoner's helmets, and I was like, "Okay," I just dismissed it. But now, all of a sudden, it was a real thing. So we'll wait and see if someone voluntarily gives up their laser pointer.
Yeah. In the meantime, take a look at the Broken Bow cheer squad.
All the law enforcement guys standing and staring intently into
the law enforcement looking for them. But that's the team, and that's not the entire team. They also taken a couple of temporary members that actually play football or do other things with them. I know Fredo Morales. I think is Graydon Howell on that team as well. Is he going?
No, it's actually A.J.
Brannon. Yeah, that's right.
And
Fredo
and Jagger Gibbs.
And Jagger Gibbs.
Yeah,
so good luck to them.
This is I'm lost track of where we're at. First down and 10, Broken Bow. Here's Graydon handing it to Cole Patrick, trying the right side, turns it up. Still running. Nice run by Cole, pushing the pile, and he'll get up to the 42-yard line. The line to gain is just across the 45, so the Savages will have a second down and about 3.
Nice. I was watching that monitor. Nice job, Zach West, following that action. So, you see, again, that's another example of the depth. That is a prime feature of this football team is the depth. And you mentioned how we don't have a lot of guys starting both ways, and that means you have fresh legs in there, a defense, and especially at linemen, defensive and offensive line. You get tired pushing on a 250, 300-pound guy for 3 quarters, and toward the fourth quarter, you see that to wear on two-way starters. Broken Bow's got guys that are only starting one way for the most part in there, and so
that run by Patrick was negated by the holding penalty, and the ball moves all the way back to the 25-yard line. They'll replay first down, but it's first down and 20.
Well, Snooty,
actually 21.
Yeah, Snooty looks okay, I guess, because he's back in the backfield.
Savages with trips to the wide side. This is probably a passing down. Fake. Now dropping back. Graydon's going to have to scramble. Rolling to his right. Now he'll keep it across the line of scrimmage. 30-yard line, and now he's out of bounds. Close to the line, the original line, but he goes out about a yard short of the chains. He'll be outside the chains, but a much more manageable 2nd and 11.
And you can see it when he gets flushed out of the pocket. He has that sixth sense. He can feel pursuers behind him, and so he knows when to accelerate, when to stop, when not to stop. And they had a guy chased him that time, but didn't have a prayer to catch him. And as a result, he gets most of that yardage back that was lost on that penalty.
35.4 seconds left. Some of the playoff games around Class 4A are already coming to an end, and we are not yet in the fourth period. 56-28, the Savages lead. They have a 2nd and 11 here, and Graydon will put Snooty in motion. They fire the football out to Dejon. He goes up and gets it, and gets across the 40 and back up near the 41-yard line. Now we've got a 3rd down, and we need just about 5 yards.
Wow, here's a great wrinkle on that play is Williams sits there like he's waiting for the ball to come to him, and the backers that are looking say, oh, he's the intended receiver, make a move toward him, and it comes to Hall, who comes flashing toward where the ball is thrown. That is a brilliant use of 2 receivers, one to distract and one to catch the football.
So the Savages are going to let the time run out here on the 3rd period. We've got 12 minutes of football left. 56-28 is our score. 3rd down and 4 from the 42-yard line when play resumes. You're watching Savage Football right here on YouTube.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back. 4th period on the way. 12 minutes of football left. We've gone this entire broadcast, Chris, without telling the people who we are. I guess we talk to each other. We call each other by the first name, so that's probably good.
I'm Chris Chandler. He's Skip Copeland.
Hey.
We've been doing this for a while.
Hey, that's us.
Thanks to Jonathan Callaway running the board for us as our director, along with Zach West on camera.
Oh, Zach back with us this weekend. Here's Graydon on the scramble. Slips down. Slides down just short of the chains. I mean, he looks like he looked like he regretted that a little bit.
I think because they started outside the chains, he got confused as to which yard line he had to get past before he slid down. Obviously could have made the first down, but
this is an interesting decision right here with the football in your own territory at the 44-yard line, 4th down and 2. Do you keep the offense on the field?
I think you could go for a hard count.
Hard count, see if you can get them to move, I guess, maybe. They're going to snap this. No, they did. They did get the penalty. They had me fooled. I thought they were going to snap it too.
As did the Bulldogs.
3 of them.
Yeah. The ones on the side that they shifted that power package to. They said, "Oh, I'm not going to get beat by this guy. I'm not going to get beat by this guy." And then
all of a sudden, you see numbers come and line up in front of you, and then a hard count. And your mind says, I got to go now.
That is the mental game.
Absolutely.
That Maverick Lang and Graydon Howe are playing against these guys. And it worked. Another great discipline by Broken Bow, not jumping offsides.
First down via penalty to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Graydon and Snooty in the backfield. Kalel Flagg into the narrow boundary in front of the Savage bench. Twin receivers, and now trips to that side with the motion. They'll hand it off. Snooty goes straight ahead across the line of scrimmage, 1-yard gain to the midfield stripe. Not much more. 2nd down and 9.
Well, if the Savages can keep moving the ball and keep moving the chains on 3rd down or 4th down, that would be ideal for them just to eat up the rest of this clock and get out here with the win. get ready for next week when it looks like they're going to probably be playing the Weatherford Eagles.
It does look like that. Looks like the Weatherford Eagles have to make the long trek down here. I don't think they've ever been here. We went out there.
We went there. I remember we went there one year.
Yeah, we did. Here's a pass outside. Dejan Hall. No, it's Kalel Flagg. Breaks it down the sideline and gets pushed out of bounds as the 31-yard line. They're going to say the 30-yard line. That'll be enough for a Broken Bow Savage, 1st and 10.
Great flashing outside. Once he caught the ball, went straight up that sideline, got another first down, and moved the chains. Good job by Flagg. We met Kalel's father and grandmother, I guess, both. Grandmother, I think, a 25, 30-year veteran?
Yeah, actually his grandparents, his grandmother and grandfather, and his dad all his dad, I think, is a defense contractor, and his grandparents are Air Force veterans. Here's a handoff to Snooty, deep in the backfield, and 52, that linebacker who's played a really good football game. Got to take your hat off for him as he's obviously playing the final game of the season here for them with this kind of commanding lead by Broken Bow, but he is still playing really hard.
Yeah, he does not give up. And I think that's part of the tradition there at Wagoner. They're not going to give up. They grew up with those state championships, and they won it in 2022. So these guys were, I guess if they're a senior this year, they were in 8th grade when they won that last championship.
They went from we went from 32 teams down to 16. Tonight we'll be down to 8. After this one, we'll run the scoreboard here in just a moment for the 8 games that are being played tonight. Here's Snooty, a little bit of a delayed handoff deep in the backfield. 2nd down and 7, and he's probably no gain. That's going to leave a 3rd down and 7. Wagoner and Broken Bow, you know that score.
Snooty is limping when he gets up. Look how gingerly he's walking. He did get his legs hit there. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
that's all right. Cushing leads Hilldale 56-27, so a very similar score in that game. Ada's ahead of Fort Gibson 27-20. And Ardmore leads Elk City 28-21. That's a final, actually. Here's Graydon with the pistol. Rolling left, wants to throw. Now he crosses the line of scrimmage. He commits and has to go out of bounds. And the Savages will be faced with a 4th down and about 4, it looks like.
Does you think they'll try the same hard count with the shift just to see if it works, and then run the play if there you
go. Well, Sallisaw season is going to end tonight. It looks like just a few minutes left in the ball game. 35-14 Grove. Bethany has taken it on the chin from Elgin, the defending champs, 42-0.
A lot of people have taken it on the chin from Elgin this season.
And Tuttle has finished the Clinton season, 51-6. Graydon dropping back, plenty of time. Now fires a bullet. Snooty Neal's on the receiving end, and that's another Broken Bow Savage touchdown. And Chris, that was a fastball.
That was a Nolan Ryan fastball. That ball came out of his hand. I couldn't even follow it with the binoculars because it got – and what a catch. I mean, it was thrown on a rope. It had no trajectory other than flat.
No, that was a fastball. That was a line shot right to Snooty, and there were 2 receivers there. Both of them had an opportunity to catch the football probably. 8:29 left in the ball game. The Savages with the 63rd point of the football game. I don't have the record book in front of me, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's the most points that the Savages have ever scored in a playoff game in Savage history, because the previous single game scoring record was 62. So we've technically broken the old record twice this season.
We have.
And we've got 8:29 left in the ball game.
That is just a tremendous style. Man, how productive is this offense? And I am so impressed by how accurate Braden Howe's passing has been tonight. And he's had time to throw. Great protection by the line. He's made a little bit of time for himself on some where he scrambled out. Before.
Was that a 4th and 4? It was.
Yes, that was another 4th down conversion for a touchdown.
Yeah.
This time from 25 yards out.
63-28 is our score. The cheerleaders being introduced here to the home crowd, being reminded that they are in the game day competition. Zaragoza has the football teed up. And here's the kick. This one will be fielded backpedal to the 25-yard line. Try in the middle of the field. Savages contain. Shoestring attempt. Can't make the tackle. Another shoestring miss. And then the Savages will upend him. That's Mason Mays again getting down low. and getting him on the ground.
The two shoestring attempts did not succeed, but Mason Mays kneecapped him, and that did work.
Yeah.
He hit him about the shin level. And
Mason said, let me grab the whole shoe.
I'll give you a string for change. That was a great open field tackle. I mean, and it was a impressive return as far as breaking those two tackles, but going laterally across the field really just returned it about 6 or 7 yards.
3 receivers on the field and a man in motion as Brown looks to that side. Flat throws the ball up. Savages have the pick. Oh, and he had a pick 6 and his own man tripped him. Clay he had a pick 6 and he got tripped up by his own guy.
Patrick was seeing that end zone, and then Clay was trying to dive for the ball as well and accidentally hit him, made his feet hit each other. But that's a second interception by Brokobo in this football game.
Yeah, that was you could just see the end zone. Nothing but grass between him and the end zone.
And what's that behind?
And they would have had a chance to tie the single game scoring record.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they still may. I don't think they're going to kneel it with.
Oh yeah, no, they're going to run the offense at them. I mean, but I think it's probably going to be Blake Skelton behind the first team offensive line.
Yeah, Graydon's got his helmet off.
I think Blake's in the huddle. Yeah, there he is. 17, Blake Skelton, and he's a good little quarterback himself, and really good passer. Arm. Yeah, he's got the first team offense in there with him. So the only substitution here is the quarterback.
Well,
no, that's not. That's
Maverick Soto.
Yeah, Maverick Soto. It's a senior running back there as well. Here's Blake. Handoff. Soto has it. Tries the right side. Puts on some speed. Gets brought down from behind. Nice play by number 21 that time of grabbing Soto by the back of the jersey and getting him to the ground. Short gain on the play. Clock moves under 8 minutes left.
And you're going to see, I would say you'd see just a lot of running, but I think you are going to see Skelton maybe throwing some short passes. One of the things you may see, though, is, I don't know if they may not put Patrick. Patrick's a starter on defense. They don't want to put him back in the game, take a chance at him getting injured.
Number 25, Braden Burks, checks into the football game. He's playing in the slot. That's number 16 on the split, Jeremiah Scales. And Berto Morales out here on the other side. Maverick Soto getting another run, and the ball gets loose.
I think that was
big. Aiden Hammonds gets back on it.
Hell no, it actually is a fumble.
Yeah, they spotted it back, so they have a loose ball. So the Savages will be faced with a third down, and they are inside the chains, but just barely, maybe a foot and a half or so. Third and will officially be 9 to go.
Again, we may see, get a look at the arm of Skelton on this play with that much yardage.
Yeah, Savages taking some time to send the play in here, so they're trying to decide what to do on 3rd and 9. Clock under the 7-minute mark now. And Blake's just going to hand the ball to Soto, left side. They're trying to strip the football away from him. But Savages are going to be well short of the first down, and it is a 4th down. Ball at the 22-yard line, lined against the 16, 4th and 6. That looks like 7 from the chains.
Yeah, it does.
Let's call it 4th and – it should be 4th and 6 where the ball is at. We're going to go with that. I don't think anybody's keeping score.
I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not grading me out there.
Looks like you've got Giddens in at the slot.
I don't want to wind up on.
Sorry, Giddens in at the H-back.
Oh, Giddens in. Okay. Loose ball on the ground, and Skelton picks it up. Now Blake's trying to find some room. Turns it up. Has some room behind him. Turns into the sideline, and the Savages have scored as Blake Skelton puts on the Jets.
That looked a little Graydon Howlish. He looked like he might be taken down in the backfield for a loss. Somehow got loose from the one guy back there and then used his speed to go up the sideline.
And the Savages are a 2-point conversion away from the single.
I don't think we're doing that.
Oh, come on, Maverick.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You going to break a record here? Or not? See, we can tie the record. 69 points. The Savages will be. They're the first to ever score 70 in a game, and they certainly will be the first to score it twice in one season. Gadiel Zaragoza. Blake Skelton, who scored the touchdown, puts the hold down. The kick is up, and there we go. We've tied it again. 70-28, 5:52 left in the football game. Broken Bow Savage football, playoff style from Memorial Stadium. Back with more right after this. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Blake Skelton with a scramble, reverse field. Well, that was a wild play, and he turned it on up the sideline there. He's on the kickoff unit too, and he got back over here to the sideline, and his teammates there were headbutting him, and I was like, you got to be worried there. I mean, don't give the young man a concussion.
Yeah. Well,
5:52 left in the football game. Still a lot of time left. And Zaragoza to kick it away. End over end, fielded at the 34. Straight up the field, and the Savages, wow, that's a nice tackle. Somebody came in low, and then 25, that's Burks, came in high and made him pay the price. Savages with a bunch of new faces on the field. I'm going to need somebody to read this roster out loud.
Is it the small print? We didn't get the large print version for.
No, this is not. This I need the senior version. Hit that button where it makes the text bigger.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can figure out who everybody is here. I see Trey Williams and Achilles Pearson.
Skelton back there at defensive
That's
back.
Tyjon Murphy. Can't see who that is. Must be Sossaman on that other edge. That's your 4 up front. They're going to try the sweep right side. Turns it in, turns it up. Nice play.
What a hit.
Big stick getting up off the pile. Who is that?
I think that's Bentley Brown.
That is number 40, Bentley Brown. It sure is. Was he in there at the edge? I credited Sossman. That was Bentley. He was the one playing that left edge. Now they'll get Murphy out, and they send in what looked like to be number 68, which is not on my roster.
Man, Murphy is, I knew he's fast because he's allowed to pursue, but he got from the middle of the field to the sideline in about 2 seconds coming off the field.
Here we go. Handoff deep in the backfield. Pearson has him and can't tackle him. Still on the move to the 45, midfield. Now he has some sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds by Skelton. That'll stop. No, they wind the clocks. They keep it running. 5 minutes. Now it stops at 5:01. The referee stops it to move the chains. That's what it is. Now they'll reset. Under 5 minutes, the Bulldogs have a first down in Savage territory to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was Skelton with maybe a touchdown-saving tackle on that one as he got outside past the 2 outside interior defenders.
Sossaman is in there. Savages rushing 3 this time. Quarterback keeper is Brown. Floats outside and then gets tackled out of bounds. Penalty marker comes in at the end of the play there. I think that's going to be a personal foul late hit.
That's going to be a late hit, and it's a good call. They shouldn't have tackled him. And
he's pointing towards Wagner.
Really?
Holding against the Bulldogs.
Oh, okay. It was a late. He was.
Well, I think it was the contact was initially in the field of play, and they swept out, but it did go a long ways out of bounds.
When you take him down, when you continue the tackle and pull him down once you're out of bounds.
No, I agree with you. I saw that too.
They got a man.
They do. It looks like the quarterback with maybe a leg cramp. 4:31 left in the ball game. 70-28. The Savages lead the Wagoner Bulldogs. Let's take another timeout while we have an injury on the field. This is Savage football. We'll be back in a moment.
We all have stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs.
And while we were away, the Bulldogs have been hit with 2 successive penalties here. A holding call on the play negated the action, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty tacked on a personal foul on top of that. And now they have first down and an Uber ride.
Or here, that would be a goober ride.
That was 2 men moving. Oh, man, Mason Mays is in the backfield reading the mail.
Man, he read that like a first-grade primer, and he knew the guy was coming on that reverse outside and nailed him in his own backfield. That was a huge – already it was a long down, and now it's even longer.
Yeah.
Ball's at the 45, their own 45-yard line. The line to gain is the Broken Bow 25, so that's 30 yards.
Second down and 30.
Good job by Mays. Way to get in there, and what a hit.
They're already down by 42 points, so here's Brown backpedaling. Now we'll scramble. Good containment and a good job defensively again. The Savage backups in there getting it done.
That's Giddens there making initial contact and taking him down.
Absolutely wonderful play here. 66. Who is 66?
I do not have that roster in front of me.
66 is Kennebrew.
Oh, okay. Kennebrew and Giddens. Well, that's another play. That's another loss.
It is another big loss. 3rd down, and the Bulldogs are going in the wrong direction. Brown back pedals, screen pass, and the Savages are on a jailbreak. Got to chase him down from behind. Nice job, and he can't get the first down. So it's going to be 4th down, and they're still outside the chains. That's how far they had to go.
That was a great effort by Giddens as he came running down from about 10 yards away. He was 10 yards behind the receiver when the ball was caught, but he had to slow up to try to move, and Giddens caught up with him.
So they had the Savages kind of pinning their ears back there, and the Bulldogs caught them in that over-aggressive rush, and they set that little screen up real nicely. But the Savages hustled to finish the play, and they kept them from getting the first down.
Yeah, and that's a good play call when you have 2 losses. You know, everybody's excited. These guys are excited about getting in there and maybe making a big hit, and so they over-pursue, and as a result, you leave that open.
Shotgun formation. Brown on 4th down. Big rush, pressure, hits him when he lets go, throws the post route. It's caught. That's going to be a first down as the safety makes the tackle there in the defensive backfield. And did you see 6 showboat there?
Yeah, pointing like, dude.
I mean, that's when you turn and just point at that 70 up there.
Yeah. Like first down, that was a good play.
Yeah, nice job. You got 1st and goal here.
Maybe you can cut it to 35.
See if you can get 6 scores out of this.
Yeah, well, that was
Brown
on the tackle, by the way.
He's got a Savage contingent in the backfield with him.
He got a Kennebrew.
Mays.
Leveling. Mays in there as well as, I think, Bentley Brown again.
Bentley Brown, that's right.
So the triumvirate of defense just got a sack.
Clock on the move, 1:20 in the ball game. Savages have tied the single game scoring mark that they had set earlier in the season against Stillwell, and have added 70 points to the 432 they had already. So they have over 500 points and are closing in. Here's a Wagoner touchdown as they get around the edge and into the corner of the end zone. So
the clock's still running, which
Savages and the Bulldogs going to save a little face here and get up over the 30-point mark. At 34 points, there's an extra point still to come. 46 seconds on the game clock, 70-34.
Yeah, so the Savages will be hosting their 2nd consecutive home playoff game against the Weatherford Eagles here next Friday, and as they move on to the state quarterfinals. Great job, beautiful performance on this field tonight. Came out, did everything they needed to do.
Absolutely terrific. So we'll look forward to another home playoff game next week. And point number 35 is successful for the Bulldogs. Let's just stay right here. Savages have doubled up the Bulldogs at this point, 70-35. 46.2 seconds left here, and they'll kick it off to us. That should probably, we would take a knee one time, and
they'll probably onside kick it. I mean, they're not going to give up, but
Maverick having a discussion with the official. Not sure what that's about at this stage in the game. He's just trying to.
He's smiling. So
he was just trying to get clarification on something. I could tell the way he's talking to him. He's trying to find out what the call was on something. But 46 seconds left in the ball game. Savage kickoff return unit. He's saying clearly signal for a fair catch. They're missing a guy on the return team, and guess who the first guy to jump up and go into huddle is? Number 4. I don't think they're going to let him play.
No,
I think they're going to say, no. We probably need you next week.
You're a team captain and all, but.
No, they are going to let him play.
Oh, okay.
Are they really? They're not going to let him play. Come on. No, there he comes. All right. I started to say, that's not going to happen, is it? He thought he was going to sneak out there. Here's the kickoff. Good high, deep kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. And that's what Maverick was telling his huddle there was just fair catch it, doesn't matter where. Because all we got to do now is take a knee and
twice.
The clock runs out.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we have to take it twice.
45 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think we have to take it twice.
Yeah. And it is academic, so, they might as well run the clock. Well, they did what they needed to do. As I said earlier, it was just a great performance, came out and poured on the scoring. I mean, that second period was pretty special. Led 43 points in the first half.
Right, yeah.
And then added 37 in the second.
So the single season scoring record, including playoffs, is 529 points, and the Savages came in with 432 and have added 70. They were at 502. They're 27 points away from that record. So that was actually Graydon that went in, took the knee, and the clock will run out. The Savages and the Bulldogs will shake hands, and the Savages will move on to the state quarterfinals, Class 4A. That game will be right here in Memorial Stadium next Friday night at 7 o'clock. We'll talk a little bit next week about the change in the playoff schedule in Class 4A, but I will tell you, those of you that have hung around with us at this point tonight, I will tell you now that there is a bye week now. So the week of Thanksgiving, we won't have, if the Savages, even if they advance, there won't be a game Thanksgiving week. There will be semifinals will be the week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like that schedule. So we hope we hope we are taking that week off in order to prepare for the following week in football.
It is bittersweet for Coach Ryan Woolsey because he's got a lot of good basketball players on this football team, but he's also a football fan.
Yeah.
So he wants them to go as far as they can. He wants them to win the championship.
Yeah.
Even if he has to play 6 or 7 games without them, it'll be worth it if we've got to go.
The Savage Classic is normally scheduled for the first weekend in December, and that's got to be not even the championship. The semifinal games will now be scheduled for that weekend.
So as has become the new tradition, the Savages will join the marching band over in the grandstand, the fight song. They'll sing the fight song in victory. Our Hail victory in the first round of the playoffs, Chris. This is a big playoff win.
It's a huge one. It's a huge one. And
clearly the single game postseason scoring mark. It's a Wagoner Bulldogs that you have defeated this badly. And here you are now with the Weatherford Eagles having to drive all the way from western Oklahoma to come down and play Broken Bow next week.
Yeah, it is the playoffs, though, and you lose, you're out. You have to be ready to play the games. And so I expect nothing. I expect the Broken Bow Savages will be ready to play that game next week and have an intense practice this week and play like you did tonight.
Absolutely.
Especially offensively. Come out there, and the defense also, great. Like I said, a couple of mistakes you can work on. Don't let them get behind you. But especially coming down and the interception by Pratt before the half, coming down and shutting them down inside the red zone. Those are the things that you have to do defensively. Weatherford Eagles got to come down here and look for a slight upset. We're going to be a favorite in that one. But, man, again, defense, do what you got to do. But this offense, man, it looks unstoppable at this point.
Terrific performance all the way around. Broken Bow's offense, defense, special teams, great coaching tonight as well. Just an overall great effort, big crowd on hand. Our thanks to the media partners for helping to bring this to you live here on YouTube. My thanks, as always, to Zach West, giving us those pretty pictures, including the ones that you're seeing now. Jonathan Calloway punching the buttons, keeping us on time. Chris Chandler telling you all about what happened and why it happened. My name's Skip Copeland. God bless you, folks. Once a Savage, Chris.
Always a Savage.
We'll see you next week.